I thought with other bands it could be fun.
I'm just going to give you a hint of
what
we're talking about to show you guys how easy some of these are.
Well,
Okay.
no, just
Since 1974, what Australian band's lead guitarist has dressed up as a schoolboy when performing on stage? Chris?
AC/DC.
Of course it's AC/DC. Who else would it be?
Crocus.
All right, here we go.
We just haven't fist fought each other quite yet. What's the closest we ever got to fist fighting? I think it was Al and Chris after Ryan's game.
What?
A Ryan show?
Where Chris was kind of like talking to Al. And then,
No,
okay.
It wasn't.
Oh, it was Chris and Tony.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was you and I.
You guys were
talking,
about.
but Tony was right on us with trying to get it with
My
the camera,
stepdad.
and it just pissed me
A
off.
little,
I was like, leave us alone.
Old school
And
Chris.
I was probably pissed off at Dean.
Really?
I don't even.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, I don't even remember.
Yes.
But I remember
why we
Tony
were
like
arguing.
painting in on you guys, and Chris, you were pointing. You looked really agitated.
Wow.
Oh, I
can't even
was.
picture Chris
But I
doing
was
that.
really agitated at Tony.
Yeah, he
Tony
set
was
you
getting
off.
some rich BTS moments. In the business, we call this BTS, right?
Yeah,
It's
in the
behind the
scenes.
scenes.
But to this day, it's one of my favorite pieces of footage. Is for some reason Chris is yelling at Al, and then Tony sneaks up and gets up.
Hey,
I want to see that again because maybe I could figure out what we were. Even
I think
talking
I know what it
about.
was.
What triggered it?
Oh wait, maybe I don't. Never mind. Because there's a couple of occasions where I'm like, Al pissed Chris off somehow. Was it an on-stage thing, maybe?
I don't know. It was right.
Was it Al making up
before the show? I don't even know if it was before the show or after the show, after sound check.
Like Regine's
Al, don't
version
be
of
singing.
Family One.
chocolate pudding. Beyond.
Chris hated that shit. Chris hates like improvising on stage.
But I never like called it out though. Like I would never say.
Yeah, what would it have been?
So that's what I mean.
I have a very bad habit of changing things that shouldn't be changed, and then, but, as I get older, I can't remember the real things after, so that really screws me up, so I kind of stop doing that now, because
Or we try something and it screws Chris up and he hates it.
Yeah,
like if we throw the beat off or something, and
Oh.
it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Mike, I know you know this because I've told you, but that was something Chuck Berry was infamous for doing.
Yeah, with his band.
With the band
Oh, really?
changing the key mid-song. And so if you ever watch, Hail Hail Rock and Roll, which is a documentary about Chuck Berry, with Keith Richards and everybody, at the end they do a concert with Keith Richards and Vernon Reid or something. It's like an all-star, and they're kicking in a Sweet Little 16, and Chuck leans over and whispers into Keith's ear, and Keith Richards turns around and goes, No. And so they say afterwards that he went in and said, I'm going to change the key mid-song.
You know why that wouldn't work? Because Keith has a special tuning. He has that open G tuning. I bet you would have screwed everything up.
He was just like, you could see, it was like a dad talking to a little son,
I thought you were going to say, okay.
No, you're not doing that.
You saw the footage of him with John Lennon, right? When Yoko started doing her thing and Chuck
Oh,
Berry
yeah,
was
yeah. Chuck was
Yoko.
he was known for
famous clip.
He would never have his own band. You'd have to provide a house band, and he would always in his contract have this amp that's really, really hard to find. So he'd pull up like 10 minutes before he was supposed to go on, walk up, and if he didn't see the amp, he'd refuse to go on and renegotiate right there on the spot.
Because it's in the contract, so you could just get paid and not play.
He'd just say you didn't.
and
he
it wasn't
violated
just
the
that.
contract.
It was also prepayment, like $100 bills in a briefcase in his hand before he would, not after the show, but before the show.
Yeah, and if you go back and see Chuck's early life, you see kind of why he became very
a lot of
protected
people who
and
are
bitter he got f***ed all the time.
Yeah, when you
all
get
the
screwed
time.
over a lot, you change, man.
Yeah.
Like, people know the business after a while. They get really jaded. That just happened to Blackberry Smoke. Did you hear about that? They came to play, and they showed up to the venue, and the PA wasn't what they specified in their contract.
That's why they didn't
so
play
they just
that
canceled.
show?
Yeah.
Was it here?
I guess I got a free night tonight because they didn't fulfill the
Justin
contract.
Cook's old band Menace was supposed to open that show, too.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, could you imagine being
Was
on
it
tour?
at the Myth?
I don't know where it was.
No, I thought it was up north somewhere.
I just know that it would suck to show up to a venue and be like, maybe it wouldn't suck because you might still get paid, but
Yeah, how's that work out?
I don't know.
Well, what about the fan base too? What
they had to
Well, they
notify
go,
everybody.
Due to circumstances beyond our control, we will not be playing tonight.
That's the thing about Sanctus is I was trying to think if we ever had to cancel for any reason, and even the 91 Blizzard, we still showed up.
What about Epiphany when we had the mosh pit in the church? We did have to stop a show.
Yeah.
Well, that's because a girl had a cardiac arrest.
Yeah, a girl had a heart attack. Not during
In a
the-
Catholic church.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there were chairs being
you don't know this,
thrown.
Mike?
No, I never heard this
We were
story.
playing because I think we played the junior high talent show and got such a great response. We were so excited about playing live. We played Epiphany.
It was like a
after
week
that.
later. It was like a
And-
week later.
Kids were going
Maybe
crazy,
Springfest.
and they had to stop the show because somebody was throwing chairs or something.
Yeah, they were throwing chairs at the thing. And
We were bringing out the devil in these kids. It
Wow.
was really weird.
they're like, "Oh, you guys got to stop."
Some girl
stop."
almost died though. I
Some
didn't
girl
know
was
that.
doing like a dance routine. I think before we even went on. That was before we played.
and her heart stopped.
They had to get a ambulance and first responders. In
I
there.
forgot.
I would have loved to
But
have
our shows-
like
yeah.
a camera on the nuns while you guys
Yeah.
were playing.
They didn't have nuns.
just-
No, there were no nuns. There
No
was the
nuns?
priest that was there.
Yeah, the father, whatever, was there.
Yeah, Father Reiser probably.
Yes,
yeah,
it
back
was.
then.
It
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
He probably almost had a heart
He was
attack.
probably aghast. Yeah.
He actually really liked the show.
I never.
We got paid for that show, which was cool because I don't think we had been paid.
You know what? I found a
Any of our
receipt for
shows.
Ramsey County Fair. We won first place. We got $150.
I think.
There you
I
go.
Wow, that was a lot of money.
Do I
Dan.
remember
Got a
right?
Charbroils.
Mike being outside. We're gonna go on to play, and Mike was outside like buying egg rolls from like the egg roll food truck.
No, my mom was.
Your mom. I just remember like
That was
Mike-
during the heart attack stuff, I bet.
Yeah, because it was.
So the girl's having a heart attack and
I
you
wanted
decided
to
to go
go
to
to
egg
egg
rolls?
rolls, yeah.
But we weren't playing at that time though.
No,
that
we weren't.
happened. When we played,
No,
it was
we
the
played
chairs
after.
incident.
Yeah.
We did have to stop. It was like first song in. And
Start
they
with
had,
Ride the
and we
Lightning.
had to address the whole place and tell them they couldn't
Yeah,
throw
but we
chairs.
started again though. We
Yeah,
were able to finish.
They let us keep playing after that, but they told us to stop. The guy came like up on stage. I remember that, and he's like, "You have to tell
Who
them they
was the
can't
other
throw
bands?
chairs."
Did we win?
Was it jealousy?
Yeah, we did win. We won like probably $100.
Did you go, hey, jealousy?
No, we didn't.
And then we wrote.
They were
song.
another-
Nobody's going to get that.
It was
unless
about a
you're,
year before that
Cherry
show.
Blossoms fan.
50 years old.
Yeah.
They're still playing out. I saw
This
that they're.
guy's dead.
No,
How can you
well,
play?
Nah, that guy
They-
died before they even hit the big time.
They got,
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
I didn't.
after
I
they
thought he
released the
died
tune-
after,
That's the story. No,
yeah,
they kicked him out before the album came out.
and then it became a huge hit.
Then he became an alcoholic and drank himself to death.
Wow.
the singer.
No,
The guy
the
that
guitar
wrote
player
the
who
song.
wrote all the
Oh,
songs.
Guitar
really?
player, yeah.
Wow,
That's
that
really
sucks.
messed up.
Cover band idea. Bin Glossoms.
Bin.
Glossums.
Bin Glossoms.
That's why their next album sounded so different because they didn't have the same writer.
That's
you
right.
know.
Because
Kinda
the
like
guy that wrote
Milli
the hit
Vanilli?
songs was dead.
Yes.
When they decided to record their own album?
Oh, did you see that footage where they were like dared to sing live and
Yeah.
they did, and it was really not.
They're,
good.
they're
it was
now
not.
taking vocal lessons. Girl, you'll know it's true. Like they sound like Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, like Bob
It's just
Dylan.
Milli Vanilli with the Jamaican
Hey,
accent.
man, don't forget my number.
You see this guy online
Those are-
he sings everything as Schwarzenegger. It's hilarious. Just in that accent, and then he'll like do
Oh,
the
I
face
saw that. I
swap
saw that.
thing with the people in the videos. So it's Schwarzenegger.
Don't give Al any ideas for when we play.
No, I worked with a guy who did a Chewbacca impersonation, and he would do it randomly. And it,
Chewbacca.
oh yeah, it made me crack up. He's, you know, like where's that coming from?
Oh
Like,
my
A
god.
lot of death metal bands sounded like that, actually. That's
Yeah.
why I thought Symptom of the Universe, remember where Catharsis used to play that song?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a Sabbath tune back when they played it way back in Rock and Roll Unlimited days. I thought that was a Catharsis song.
oh yeah.
So, did you see the Sabbath final show?
I watched some of it, but I didn't see all of it. I guess they're going to release it on.
I hope they do.
in the theaters.
It's a bit of
Yeah.
a slog.
But how are they going to have a 9-hour?
I know.
show
I
in the
thought maybe they
theaters?
would do like a
They gotta do
like put it out
highlights or
in
something.
like maybe 3 parts or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that could. That
But
would
they could
work.
easily put it out in streaming. And,
I thought
They could easily cut out
Tyler's
the first
voice
8
was like gone. Like
oh, I know, me
like
too.
he had surgery that he
sounded
couldn't sing anymore.
Yeah, he sounded great. So
Yeah.
they're now talking. I predicted it in my video. I'm like, they're going to come back. They have to do one
Aerosmith.
more.
Oh yeah. They
So
have
I think
to.
what they're going to do is do one final show just like this and have a bunch of people come
There's a
out.
guy that I follow on Facebook for years. His name is Aero Fanatic. He's a guy who's like
Aerofan.
like the Aerosmith fan club guy
Oh,
or
okay,
whatever.
gotcha.
But he knows people like in the organization. So this guy is like the Inquirer. He gets the news of way back when he's like, listen, they specifically said they're no longer going to tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they won't do one-off shows or
That's like Ozzy said he
Whatever.
was done, but he was still going to record some music.
because they already did a Vegas residency where they were,
Yeah.
you know,
Which Metallica might do now.
but you're not touring.
They're talking about
The
the
Sphere.
sphere.
Would that be lame?
Would that be like $1,000 a ticket to go
Yes.
see it?
Don't you do that when you're like Debbie Gibson? Or
Wouldn't
something?
you? Would you not be shocked to see Kiss come back and do something like what
No,
Black
Paul.
Sabbath did?
Paul is talking about it already.
Yeah.
because he's just.
Oh, you would think they'd be.
Yeah.
They should have done it already.
What's
They
the whole
should have
thing
been
with like the
first
Kiss
one.
avatar?
They
were
they
talking
tried
about?
it at first and they were going to do it, and I think they found out that it wasn't going to be what they thought, so they're going to put it off.
Well, and they sold their rights to all their music now, so I
Are
don't
they
know how
gonna
that
do
works.
holograms? Like,
I think they were
Yeah,
putting together a
they
whole
were
bunch of
looking
stuff,
into doing that.
which I think will be the future. But I have a prediction that a lot of people are going to do this sort of Sabbath once a year thing. It'll be like a festival, but everybody will like honor one band.
Yeah,
So it'll be
Like
sort
somebody
of like
legendary?
The same, yeah, like this is our
For about-
Zeppelin version of it or whatever.
the kind of like the Super Bowl half show until they run out of
Yeah, that's what I'm
shit,
worried
and
about.
now they do stuff that you're just like, I mean,
Wait till they get to the
I'm-
other bands like Gin Blossoms. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
exactly. I mean, I know I'm not like up with a lot of last music for the last 20 years, but I'm sorry with the last couple halftime shows to think Paul McCartney was on that stage,
Tom
Prince
Petty.
was on that stage. Yeah, I'm just
I know.
like,
and
we
now it's
have
Kendrick
really,
Lamar or
really.
somebody.
Are we
gotten-
just out of it, or are they just running out of stars?
I've said that for a long time, going back to the 80s. Like, who are. The 70s have so many iconic bands with different sounds and everything. Look at the 80s and the 90s and go, who are the bands that are still hanging out? I mean, literally, like Bon Jovi, hung on for a lot longer than anybody ever thought. But I mean, is
Even
there
with
any
his voice
bands that
being
are
off.
still relevant?
It's the reason why bands like the Gin Blossoms do these '90s tours.
Yeah, people
where
are
they
hungry
just
for
jump on with three other
It's like the old 50s
Completely-
doo-wops. Remember? They used to do all
Right.
those.
Yeah.
completely
those
unrelated
venues.
bands, but they're like, "Hey, you're from the '90s. We're from the '90s too. Let's go
Yeah.
on a tour."
What do they call those reviews? Like the Buddy
Yeah,
Holly
reviews,
review?
yeah.
Like I had a friend who used to do Roy Orbison. He worked at Schmidt Music, and he sold a lot of tickets that way. So
Well, yeah, the old doo-wop groups, even when they were down to just like one singer left in them, they would still tour as the coasters.
Chris knows this all too well, but a
Yeah.
lot of the older, like you said, 80s bands, they'll tour with like one or sometimes no members left. So
Who's the guy? Who's the old guy a year ago that they caught him on stage? Was it Frankie Valli?
Oh, he's definitely
Lip syncing.
yeah.
He's 90 years old. They
Yeah.
just have him lip syncing.
He looks like an
his whole song.
animatronic robot.
He's barely
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
it.
he's
like,
pretty
oh.
bad.
No, he's not even holding the mic to his mouth.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you hear,
Well, I heard Lou Gramm is coming back to tour with Foreigner, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Foreigner doesn't have a single original member in the band right now.
I heard.
No,
What's
'cause
his
Mick's
Nick?
been gone.
Yeah.
He's not.
He was the
he
last
hasn't
one
been
holding
healthy.
out,
Yeah.
right? But that's high shit to sing. And if you hear like Lou
Oh,
Gramm
yeah.
now, he's like somehow doing it, but it's like modified.
But how's that any different than a cover band when you have no original members of the
That's
band
where it
left?
gets kind of sketchy.
You know what
yeah.
was
Good
great is when Paul Rogers played with Queen and they did his stuff
Yeah.
and the Queen stuff.
Oh, they did?
It's a
Bad
very
Company
cool
stuff?
mix.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it was before they put Adam Lambert
Yeah.
join the band.
God,
Yeah.
that would have been cool to see. Bad Company was badass.
Yeah, Bad Company. And Paul Rogers' voice is so awesome.
Bad Company and Badfinger, two bands I really want to get more into. But yeah, the guy from Badfinger just passed away, right? So
Didn't one of those guys from Badfinger live? Aren't they from
Yeah.
Minnesota? Or they
yeah, I
live
think
here?
Yeah.
one guy was from. Yeah, they really got their second wind when Breaking Bad used their tune.
My heart was
Oh,
broken
yeah.
when Flaco Jimenez just passed away a couple
that?
days
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Who's that?
The accordion player.
Oh,
He's played on a lot of people's records, but phenomenal accordion player.
everyone's dying.
Yeah, well, they're
But a
all
lot
getting
of
old.
Texas, like Tejano shit.
Very much so. Yeah.
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 Every day I wake up, I'm like, who's next? I look at my phone, I'm like, okay, we're good for today.
Yeah, the Hulk Hogan thing was a bit of a shock. I don't
Oh,
think anybody
yeah.
expected that.
I didn't know he was the same age as my dad.
Really?
I knew he was old, but I'm
Yeah.
like, that 53, that's the same year Kenny was born.
So it must be in their 70s is the magic number right now.
Well, let's be honest. With what he put in his body,
Yeah.
it's amazing he made it to
What
70
did he
because
die
Montreux
from?
didn't.
Yeah.
Because his eyes look really weird in the
Yeah.
last pictures of him. So maybe his liver was given out or something.
Well, he said he died of a heart attack.
Well, most of those guys die from a heart attack in their sleep.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper 10 years ago. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
I was listening to Piper's
Yeah,
Pit
he was
podcast.
what, 61?
Something like that.
He was not-
he wasn't that
wasn't
old.
old, yeah.
Well, same age as Hogan, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
All
10
those
years
Yeah,
ago.
he would have been the same age.
But
yeah.
he was doing a podcast to do his autobiography because he's like, oh, I've told these stories so many times, I don't know how much is real and how much is made up.
Yeah.
So he was re-interviewing all the guys he used to wrestle with. Then he died. His kids finished the interview and finished his autobiography, and I read it, and it's amazing. The stories are like hilarious.
You know who has a good autobiography is Ozzy. I'm listening to his.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So I
Who's
can hear
reading
more
it?
of it? Some dude sounds like Paul McCartney.
Do you
I
hate
just-
it when it's like a random?
He's like,
person?
oh, and then me trousers was loose. I'm like, oh.
I just got the Steve Lukather
Yeah.
autobiography. I haven't started reading it yet, but I'm excited to read that.
He's probably has a lot of stories.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I would
yeah.
listen to it if it was a Gilbert Godfrey reading.
Didn't
Oh my god.
Didn't Rick Beato have Steve Lukather?
Yeah.
That was a
Everybody.
great show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
a
just
good
one of those
guitar player.
guys that was the guy.
And he's so cool when you see him interviewed. Like, he's so laid back. Like, they were talking about, he did the rhythm for Beat It.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I walked in there and was like, Quincy,
He could have done the solo.
this isn't, this doesn't work like that, you know? And he's like, and I hear it, and then he goes, and I walk back out, and I'm like, holy shit, I just told Quincy jokes. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking
I
about.
bet you
right?
Quincy was showing him on a keyboard. Can you do this? It's like,
Yeah.
that's not what a guitar does.
Yeah.
And
Well, then Eddie came in to do his solo, and all Eddie asked was to repeat the same thing, because I guess they had the changes while he was doing the solo. And he's like, I just want that behind it, and solo over that. And so Michael was like, yeah, that sounds cool.
I just heard a great Quincy Jones story because he was a producer for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm listening to this thing. It's called Cocaine and Rhinestones. It's David Allan Coe's son did this podcast.
Oh, cool.
So they get Quincy Jones to do a session down in Nashville or Memphis or somewhere. And when he comes, he walks into the studio and all the musicians have white pillowcases on.
Oh, God.
And they were like,
Oh, jeez.
and it scared the shit out of them.
I bet.
But they all like, oh, we're just, God. He's like nervously laughing after.
That's a joke you can't do anymore.
Have you guys
There's
saw
no way to count
the...
this other than it's very racist, but apparently he thought it was really
That
funny
was funny?
after he was scared for his life.
Have you guys seen the We Are the World documentary?
Yeah.
That they did? The day pop changed or whatever.
I
it was
can't
called?
believe-
It was really cool.
how good that looked?
That
It-
scene with Michael singing, and then he would stop, and Huey Lewis and Cyndi Lauper would kick
Yeah.
in, and Michael sounded exactly the same
Yeah.
every time. He was like studio perfect, and then he's like, so they finally just kept his track and let him go home or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, he was part producer. He stayed
Yeah.
the whole time.
Was it Lionel Richie?
Lionel
was
Richie,
one of the main guys,
Quincy.
too?
Quincy produced, and then...
How could you go wrong with those guys at the
But
helm?
it sounded like Quincy did a lot of checking egos on people
Yeah.
and trying to keep them from leaving, and
You
Well,
guys-
he
they
was
kept-
kind of the ringmaster.
They're also waiting for Prince to show up.
yeah, yeah.
Like, they
I
invited
never knew
Sheila-
that story.
They invited Sheila E. just to get Prince. And
So-
like, oh,
and then
he
she
might
got
come
pissed and
over.
left,
He
right?
might- Yeah.
She realized that she was only
Yeah.
a pawn.
She made a mistake, though.
I don't care what the hell I got to do. You have to know when you show up for that this is going to be the biggest goddamn thing in the history of pop, right? Like,
That's
why
why you
would
probably-
you not want to be a part of something like that?
It's Prince.
I always thought the
Well,
funny.
Prince, I mean, talk about Sheila E. You're
Oh,
there.
Oh, yeah.
you
I always
know?
thought the funny thing was watching the video, like before this movie, was watching the shots of everyone singing as a group,
And then
and
Dylan.
Bob Dylan is like not even moving his mouth. He's
Yeah.
just like,
Wasn't he in another room later?
Yeah,
They
that's him
overdubbed
and
his
Stevie
parts?
Wonder. He
Well,
had to
he-
take because he was
yeah,
freezing
that was
up.
the best part.
He was
Stevie
freezing up.
Wonder goes.
He couldn't hear his part,
Oh.
and so
Stevie
Stevie took him
Wonder-
aside with the piano. And
Yeah.
Stevie
'cause-
Wonder sang it to Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
How Bob Dylan
Is that crazy?
should sing it.
It also
And then
needs to
Bob
be-
Well,
Dylan
it sounded
did
like
it
it's
with
some
Stevie
complex
Wonder.
melody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it is for Dylan.
Yeah.
I'm used to that.
There
So,
comes
well,
the
just-
time.
You guys remember, like, Prince felt bad, so he, like, did something to make up for? What was it? Like, he gave
Donated money, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something
screwed
like
some other
Yeah,
leading lady.
somebody's wife.
So it was like someone was on. Was it Al Jarreau was just gacked out of his mind on coke and like
Yeah.
trying to like. He was taking forever on his take, and they're like, "Dude, I mean,
Dude, you're one.
I love the
measure up.
interview
2
with
a.m.
Huey Lewis though, where Huey Lewis was like in over his head, like he couldn't believe he was
Yeah.
in that room with all those
Yeah.
people, and then they asked him to do a solo part.
And you can tell he's nervous because the first couple times he's off key,
Yeah.
off time, and then Cyndi Lauper comes in and all her chains are rattling
Yeah.
as she's singing, and it's
Yeah.
just so chaotic. But I was thinking of doing like another. There was a whole guitar version of that. Do you remember that? There was a hair metal version.
Really?
We Are the
Oh,
World.
I don't know if I ever knew that.
And it's it's a weird song, but like Dio, I think, was on it, and
it's
Oh, not that song.
No,
no
some
different
other
song.
thing.
Yeah, kind of like
Because
the
everybody
Band-Aid or...
It was like
piled in.
George
There was the
Lynch.
British-
Because they did a British version
yeah,
of
Yngwie
Band-Aid.
Malmsteen was
Don't
in
they
it.
know it's
Don't-
Christmas?
It
It was
after
kind of like
all?
that. Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but the song wasn't that great.
Yeah, the metal one is funny, dude.
Yeah, and so I thought this is total
So
fodder.
they just
for
had a
us
bunch of
now.
metal singers on it?
Yeah, and they would all come up and do their thing. The guy from Europe, I think, was on it.
Oh, good
And I'm
Lord.
like, that'd be fun to do
Rock
another.
me!
No, I don't think he was there. We were just talking about Great White. That's
Yeah.
weird you said that. Do you know, Mike, was the who was in the band when the thing burned down? When
that nightclub?
Yeah, was Jack Russell in the band at the time?
Great
Oh,
White.
that's a good... I think he was.
That's what I was thinking.
Because it's not that long ago he died, is it?
Well, I saw an interview where I thought he was talking about how terrible it was, so I thought he
Yeah,
was in the
I-
band.
But they had a big falling out, so there was 2 Great Whites for the last so
course
many
yeah,
years.
Jack Russell's Great White
course
and
there
Great White,
was.
just like Queensryche.
Yeah.
You know? So I was going to ask you guys this question before we get to the questions. I guess it depends on the band, but are you more inclined to go see the singer who leaves the band's new band or the original band without the singer? If it's like the rest of the original crew.
For me, I think it depends on the band.
Yeah.
Like, I would go see Tom Kiefer and not see
not the
somebody
guys in
else
Cinderella.
singing
Let's say
for
Queensryche.
Cinderella.
Would you want to see the original
Ooh,
band?
that's
Even though
tough.
it's not the original
Yeah.
band.
I would not.
You'd rather... Okay.
I think I'd be going to whatever the Jeff Tate band is.
Just because of his voice.
Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like
he's
that
the
way
vo- yeah,
with
he's the
Jack
guy to
Russell
me.
too. He's got that.
But
Well,
then there's like Skid Row, where like
Yeah.
Sebastian
Yeah,
Bach
or
is a
Warrant.
jerk, you know.
I think I'd go to see Sebastian because I know there'd be some chaos. You know. I think I'd want to see that.
My biggest
Well-
heartbreak in all that stuff was when Journey replaced Steve Perry. I mean,
That
to
was
me,
tough.
and the kid sings great. He sounds just
Yeah.
like, but I mean, it's Steve Perry. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Even what's his name? The new singer? What's Arnell?
Yeah.
Even he's had enough. Like he was like having
Well,
vocal
yeah,
issues.
because he's been touring for what, 10, 15 years already with him.
That story of how he got chosen. Do you know that, Al? Like he was just a YouTube guy. He was on YouTube. Somebody
he was
filmed
doing,
their old show in
Like
his home
covers,
country.
Journey covers.
Yeah, and he did so well. Like they called him and they're like, "Hey, you want to join or try out for our band?" And he thought that you were kidding.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, is he's on a plane.
That's why I do covers of every
I was gonna say.
genre I can
Open
come up
the
and
door.
throw it
Didn't you
all
use some
out
gin
there.
blossoms last week? You're hoping.
No,
But just for any male singer to hit that vocal range is pretty
it's insane.
difficult.
And I got to see
elite group.
Journey on their Raised on Radio tour, the last tour before Perry left the
I
band.
saw that.
And honest to God, there's very few times I've honestly gotten like the chills.
Yeah.
And when he hits the end of Separate Ways live and can hit that, like there's, you almost think he's lip syncing. I was just sat there going, "Holy shit,
Yeah.
he just hit that live."
It's
and
so
then he
cool.
sings for another 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's just
it's one thing to
amazing.
do it once,
right?
but yeah, his voice was absolutely perfect live.
What's weird is you see bands try to sing like Journey, and by the end of the set, they're hoarse, so they can't keep
yeah.
going.
Well, that's what I
You
mean,
never
yeah.
seem to have that problem.
No, he's always had a really
Didn't
strong.
he quit because he's like psychosomatic, like lost? his
No,
voice?
he had to have hip surgery, and so he asked the band, like, we're gonna have to not tour for a little while till my hip heals. And Sean just basically said,
No.
Screw
we're,
you.
yeah,
We're getting the
sorry, we're gonna keep touring while. And again, I can understand Neil Schoen's like, hey, we're hot, we're packing stadiums, like we gotta keep touring.
Who did they first replace them with though? Because there's like 3 singers, right?
Yeah, I don't remember who.
Some bands they just have like a conveyor belt of singers go through, and
Yeah.
you forget. Even Sabbath, it's weird to look back. I'm doing a big
Yeah.
Sabbath deep dive now.
Well,
Like I had no idea this guy was in
So
the
one of
band
the
for 5
singers from-
albums.
Yeah.
Because I said
At
in my
one
post,
point-
I'm like, I'm gonna go through every album by Sabbath, and I'm up to like the 8th album now. I didn't realize Ozzy did 8 albums with them, and then after what was it?
yeah, I suppose they started in what 69, and Blizzard of Oz was 80, 81, right?
Yeah, but Ozzy was bored. I guess he would not show up to practice anymore, and he was wasted all the time. So they just replaced him. And I have to say, they found a good replacement.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're gonna replace Ozzy, Dio is about as good as it gets.
Right.
And Dio, till the end, had a strong voice. If you listen to him the year before he died, he still sounds like old school Dio.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Whereas Ozzy had some issues, keeping up there. But
All right, I have a question. Can I start out a question with all you guys? Because I know you guys all like metal and all
Are we
that
really
stuff.
starting it for real now? Are we gonna edit out
yeah, I
all
didn't
that
even
other
hit
shit?
start yet. No, just kidding.
So I'm going to ask you guys just a weird question. Can you tell me an album that you guys is your go-to album, but it's not anything to do with hard rock, heavy metal? It's something beyond that.
What's go-to mean?
I have so
Like
many.
when you know, like when you don't know what you want to listen to, this is an album that you'll throw in.
I got one. Rumors.
Fleetwood Mac. Mm-hmm. Good choice.
That's one I always just put on when.
Does it to make you happy? Does it take you back to a time?
What the fuck's my phone?
It's just good front to back.
Yeah, that one almost pretty much every song on that album.
Yeah,
is-
it's
is
fantastic.
Okay, so that's an album where people point to you can get a real full band sound with separate tracking because everybody would come in and out of the studio because they were all fighting or whatever.
yeah.
But it feels like Counting Crows. It feels like everybody was in the same room playing with the Beatles at the same time.
Well, that's because they have the Neve console. They're at whatever city, whatever it was called. What was Sound City?
Laced with cocaine.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's the thing, right? Like, they built these rooms, the equipment, there's a reason why all those bands tracked in those studios because it was just fucking magic.
Yeah.
That's why Dave Grohl was like, I need that board. Like, you can't just
How'd that
throw
work out
away
for
that
him?
board.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I love Dave Grohl. I'm just
Like,
kidding.
he has it.
So back to the question,
Yeah.
I actually can't really
Floyd.
think of
Gotta be
one.
Pink
No,
Floyd.
I can't think of one album. That's a great album, The Wall, of course. But I can't be loyal to one album anymore. With the way music technology has changed,
You're
with
a music
YouTube
whore.
playlists, I have better playlists than any of the albums I've ever bought. You know, and
That's a great point.
I'm sorry,
You're right. Now, I mean, who listens to the whole album anymore? You listen
I mean,
to a
I
couple.
felt,
You know,
I felt like in our day, in our age, when we didn't have that available, sure, I would turn to certain albums, and that would maybe be Leonard Skinner or something that
Weird Al Yankovic.
had some, that maybe too. But
Yeah.
I mean, but holding the loyalty was kind of more important, I think, in the older days, and now it's.
Well, we had
sorry,
no
it's
choice
not.
but to be loyal because we had 8, cassettes. that
well,
we-
I'm older than all you guys, and I still go back to the album days, and I try to explain to young people, like, when you bought an album, it was an experience. Like, you didn't know what the sleeve had on it. Did it have a poster of the band? Did it
Yeah, all of a
deliver
sudden the
the
Kiss
lyrics?
poster would come out.
Yeah, I mean,
holy
it was
shit.
like, it literally was, and of course you've got an album this big, so the artwork, I remember Molly Hatchet's album where it was just like, God, this is fucking cool, or Iron Maiden, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just a really cool experience, and it sucks to me that we've turned into that, where we're just a download, like...
One of my earliest memories is Creatures of the Night by Kiss, just pulling it out and going, oh, there are the lyrics on it. So
Yeah.
I actually know what he's saying.
Yeah, it was very, very cool.
I think my biggest concern about the change of it too would be like, you had said artist, so many people go out and buy this album, right? And you spend all your money working at the gas station or whatever to go buy this album or whatever, and then now you've got artists that their music's everywhere
Yeah.
with this, and are they getting the benefit of that?
They're not. You know what they're
who's getting
saying?
the benefit of this? That's the downside. That
Plus monoculture, they call it, where everybody knows the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, we sold like 1 million Cranberry CDs at
Yep,
the same time.
yep.
Alanis Morissette, remember those
Yep.
waves? Mariah Carey for Christmas.
I always tell this story, if you don't mind, because this is one of my favorite stories. When I worked for Great American Music, we got
Wax Museum.
we got a ton of boxes of promotional material from Sony, right? And we're pulling them in, and me and my friend Chris and I'm like, I told him, I'm like, who's got a fucking album coming out? Like, it's not the New Kids, it's not Willie, it's not Michael, it's like, who the hell's got one coming? And I literally can remember to this day, I open the first one and I pull out, and it's a life-size standee of Mariah Carey, right? And I'm pulling all this shit up. We're building this giant fucking display.
Yeah.
And I look, and Chris looks at me and he goes, I don't know who the fuck Mariah Carey is, but we're going to like her whether we like it or not. And that was my moment of like,
you
the
know how to
record
push it,
companies
yeah.
all decide what we like and what we don't.
and then you
Yeah.
found out she's sleeping with the head of Sony or whatever.
Well, she's married him.
Or her
actually.
husband was Tommy.
And then left him after
Didn't-
she got big.
Didn't you... Because
And then she got fake tits.
Yeah.
I
Which is
was
too
working
bad.
with Mike when the Christmas album came out that everyone hates now.
Yeah.
But we played that thing to death. But there was a cardboard cutout, and I think you took it home. I don't
Are
want to
there
know
any
what you
good
did with
deep
it.
cuts on that?
I don't know what the hell I ended up doing with it.
You guys listen to that a lot in the
Let's
store.
just say
Yeah.
there's...
Oh yeah. That's why whenever I hear somebody bitch about the
There's a
Mariah
strategic
Carey song, I'm like,
gap.
you have no idea what I've had to
You may have
endure.
started it because
Yeah.
you
What's
just
the
repeat,
B-side,
repeat.
though? What's the deep cut on that album?
Joy to the World?
Is it?
I honestly don't remember what the B-side was on it.
Every
Like-
song
But
was like
Joy to the World,
Like
her
the
version.
classical Joy to the World?
Yeah, well, she does both.
gospel.
She does
Yeah,
the gospel
yeah, you're
Joy
right.
to the World, but she does kick into
does
the
the
Three
Dog
Dog
Night
Night song,
version?
too.
Another album that came out during that time that was so huge was Hell Freezes Over.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That came out.
Well, that's because the Eagles were never going to get back together again, you know? So
Okay, trivia.
Chris and I saw. That.
Trivia. Do you know how the Eagles got back together? Or how that all happened?
I'm assuming it's around money.
Travis Tritt.
I was gonna say Vince.
There
Gill.
was
Really?
There was an Eagles tribute
Yeah,
album that
I
the
remember that
country
al-
artist did.
Yeah, he did take it easy on
So
it.
Travis
Oh,
Tritt
yeah.
wanted to make a video,
Do the
and he's
voice.
like, "How about if I just get the guys from the Eagles to be in my video as a joke?"
And they started
So
talking.
he calls Don Henley and says, "If Glenn Fry shows up, I'm in."
I'll be damned.
So they showed up and did his video. They said Don Henley showed up late, like at the last minute. They did it, and since they were all in the same room together, they started talking. Hell freezes over.
Yeah.
See,
Wow.
all you
Which
gotta do
to
is-
me, can I just say, is one of the greatest album names
is-
of
yeah.
all
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
especially
Like-
the way they opened the show.
Yeah.
They said we'd never get together again.
No,
Yeah,
they
it's
said
such a great
we
album.
took a 14 year
14
year
That was
Yeah.
94, I think, because I'll never forget that winter. It was
Mm-hmm.
like cold out, and it was about to be Christmas break, and we listened to it constantly.
Yeah.
I used
Okay,
to listen
let's
to that too at Danny and Cindy's when I
Yeah.
was working there.
Let's jump
Learn
back
to
to
be
the question
still.
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
gonna
You and Mike haven't answered yet.
I'm gonna take it deeper. I'm not gonna say there's one album. There's definitely one album.
Can I guess? Willie
What?
Nelson.
No,
Okay.
Weird Al.
no. Men at Work,
Gin
business
Blossoms.
as usual.
Wow. That's
Okay.
surprising, yeah.
I was
So-
gonna
Great
say, who
album.
could it be now?
Who can it
That's
be now?
that's
Down
it.
Under?
Down Under. But front to back, that's one of the first albums I ever owned on cassette tape. And this is where I'm going to take it deeper. Kids now have playlists. You have the whole internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can name that album, but I can about a half a dozen were the only cassettes we owned. We had a Sony Walkman that had 2 headphone jacks. So when me and my brother would go with my dad, and he'd take us to the junkyard in Andover because he's looking for hot rod parts for his hot rod, you know. We would sit in the car and just listen to tapes. So we had Thriller, we had Men at Work, Business as Usual. It's all the same year, like
Yeah.
82. Don Henley, Building the Perfect Beast. John Fogerty, Centerfield, and ZZ Top, Eliminator.
Eliminator, yeah.
So we would just listen to those 5 tapes over and over. And
I had 2 more added to that: Def Leppard, Pyromania, and Van Halen 1984.
Yeah.
Those were all. You're exactly in the same
But
rotation I was in.
in listening to a full album, side 1, flip the cassette, side 2, like the transition, the number of seconds between the songs on Thriller, when I know the next note is going to come in, it's all like ingrained in me, which is weird now listening to streaming.
That's what
because
yeah.
they cut out those little.
I know.
It jumps to the next song.
The connection point. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a similar situation with my brother. My brother's 7 years older than me, and he had the 8 tracks. And
the
what
So he's like
my all-time
67?
favorite album is Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, and Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, which is 8.5 minutes long. It clicks right. I can
Yeah.
almost hear it still
In the
when
middle of
it
the
clicks
song?
to the next track.
We
Yeah,
talked about this where
Yeah.
even if you have a cassette that got eaten in a certain
Yeah.
point, if it gets garbled, you remember that.
yeah,
later.
or an album that's skipped in one spot or something like
It
that.
starts
yeah.
going backwards. Zoop, zoop,
Did you okay?
Paul McCartney's dead.
Did you wear out any cassettes?
Oh
yeah.
God, yes.
Because I think we bought Thriller
Yeah.
3 times.
Everybody
Yeah.
did. We
Well,
let
it's funny
we
you bring
played
that up
it so
because
much
that's
it would break.
that's my go-to, and it's
Yeah.
kind of my like
Thriller.
how I mean literally every song on that album should have made the radio. I mean,
Yeah.
"Baby Be Mine," "The Lady in My Life," they're all really great songs on
Even
that.
PYT,
But
right?
it's-
Was a big hit.
Yeah, but it's the feel of that album. I don't like "Bad" is great. I mean, I love
Yeah,
all the
it's a
songs on
little-
Bad, but
yeah.
there's a feel to Thriller that's just really hard
Quincy
to capture.
did bad as
Okay,
well,
but
right?
what
Yeah,
I
he
always
did both.
wondered is why did they
He just
put,
didn't do Dangerous.
But it's a lot,
That's
yeah.
what-
It's a lot more horns and stuff in Thriller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
why did they put Say on McCartney's album?
They
and not
flipped a
on
coin.
because
That was-
the
that
reason
was-
is because the girl's mind was on Michael's,
Thriller? Okay.
so they swapped and said
Who got
the
screwed?
next one will go on
I think they both
McCartney's.
made out pretty well on that deal.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching the video, but I'm like, it's not. I don't have a Paul McCartney album.
Yeah,
Wait,
and I'm
I'll
not
have
going to buy
Thriller.
it because he hasn't written a good song in
Yeah.
32 years.
Wait, what was the? Was it Tom Petty, Stevie Nicks that fought over the rights to the.
Well, Stevie, I just heard this story. Stevie, when she went solo on her first album, did not want anybody else on the album. She wanted to stand on her own. She didn't want Lindsay. She didn't want Christine McVie. Like, nobody.
Oh, okay. Not even.
And somebody approached her about Petty's song, and Petty was just like, Petty didn't want her to record it. He wanted to record it himself. And so they talked her into it. And then decided at the last minute that Petty would do a duet with her.
He was the engineer.
It was Jimmy Iovine because he was also dating or seeing Stevie Nicks.
That's right. He's the one that found the song for her, right?
She was a wild woman.
Oh, good Lord.
What a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
She just canceled 2 months. 2 months worth of shows. She broke her.
Oh, I heard
her shoulder or something.
Fuck, you need your shoulder to sing
or something. Yeah, she just put it in a sling.
I saw Wasp, the guitar player, had a broken leg. And he sat on the edge.
We saw Metallica.
You guys, both of you guys. Okay, I'm gonna aim this towards you guys. One question for you: being the Beatles fans that I think you both are.
I'm a bigger Beatles fan.
Way bigger.
He's
who had in your mind the biggest post-Beatles solo hit?
John, with Imagine.
Yeah, it's hard to not agree with that on that one, yeah.
Because Paul had so many hits, he had more hits.
Well, see, for me...
Imagine's like timeless.
Hey.
Yeah, I still think Imagine, when 100 years from now that song's still going to be there. Is anything from the Wings really going to be... I don't... But Band on the Run is one of the greatest songs ever recorded. I'll put that up with anything the Beatles ever did. Like, the Wings stuff was so good.
But
then he just fell off the face of the earth.
George Harrison has the best and biggest earworm hit.
I got my mind set on you. Yeah.
When I was 10 fucking years old, you could not get away.
I think I love the video.
It's like probably one of the catchiest, like... it was just... Same verse chorus over and over again.
Came out in what?
It was a funny video where like
late 80s.
The fucking taxidermied animals are like
it was around the
he's just sitting in a chair, strumming his guitar.
The same exact time.
And I don't like George Harrison. I fucking love this song.
I do. I don't know if you guys have ever
Wait, why don't
heard,
you like George Harrison?
I don't know.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard how the Traveling Wilburys thing happened. Yeah. It's like too long of a story to get into.
Yes,
but it's amazing. But it was because Mike Campbell was working with George Harrison.
It's all in the
and then they were working with Orbison and Petty was, and it's just like it's crazy how that came together.
Harrison was playing slide on other people.
Yeah,
and Petty was like 37 when he was in the.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
and everybody else
have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
they have the ages of them, and we all thought they were like all
way
70,
younger than,
and they're all like 20 years younger than we thought.
No, when they do that with TV people, I get freaked out. They're like Archie Bunker was like 40. Yeah. It's like what?
And Roy Orbison was like 50 years old when they did. He wasn't old at all.
Because he died at a fairly young age too.
Yeah, he died young.
The funny story about his album was that Bono wrote the song "She's a Mystery to Me," and how that came to be. He wrote it and he said, "I literally got done writing it and went, holy shit." Roy Orbison's got to say. I just wrote a Roy Orbison song, right? And they were having problems connecting to get. Roy didn't believe that Bono actually wanted him to do one of his songs, and so there's a weird. They finally ended up connecting because Roy was over in England on tour, and Bono just like walked into his hotel room afterwards. It was like, no, I want you to record this song.
Wow,
that's
how you know you're big is when Roy doesn't believe that you're.
Did you hear Bono on Rogan talking about hanging out with Johnny Cash, and like years later, just calling him up out of the blue, like, "I hear you're not doing too well." And like, or talking to June.
Yeah.
I hear he's not doing well. I want to give him he's right here.
Yeah.
like,
that's a weird level to be at. Just to be able to call people like that. That's crazy.
How's it going, Bono?
Yeah.
It's a good Johnny Cash.
I'm Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
He had to answer the phone like that,
I'm all
right?
I'm Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I'm Johnny Cash.
I don't have enough testosterone.
Yeah, that's
we're just laying in bed. He's right here. She goes, we're just laying in bed.
Great.
Here,
I heard a really sad thing about that though. Wasn't he like so fucked up that like they had to amputate his leg or something?
Well, his diabetes was really bad.
Yeah,
at the end.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was in a wheelchair at the end.
Yikes.
But
I do know it's one of those things where he pretty much died because she died.
Yeah.
She died first.
That's what I'm worried about Sharon Osbourne.
It's a kind of broken heart thing, like within the year.
There's two
Yeah,
things.
yeah, within a year or two,
Or like
for
one
sure.
of those crazy
Yeah.
things where it might have been like a year almost to the date of when she died, he died.
Things seem to happen in weird timing. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you retire, you're more likely to die
Oh,
because
God.
you don't feel like you have a purpose.
Yeah.
And if you're a significant other, obviously.
Yeah, that's another though. To me, I think, looking back, I don't know if you guys are big country guys or not, but
Looking
I mean, when you look back at the Highwaymen, are we ever going to see four legends like that come together and do tours? And
It'll be younger guys that we don't know.
They're the biggest names in the history of country
So
music.
besides the
you know what I mean?
Wilburys, that must have been insane to see those guys
Yeah.
get together.
My biggest regret
Did
in
they
life,
tour though?
I thought so.
I don't
Yeah.
think they did. Did Wilburys tour?
They played Mystic Lake.
a little
No, I'm
bit
just kidding.
maybe.
Did you know Mike Lott and I saw Merle Haggard and Chris
What?
Christopherson at
No!
Mystic Lake?
Acoustically.
Before
Yeah, it was just them and the guitar. And it was great because
Christopherson was-
they would make fun of each other and shit. And Merle would like do 2 or 3 songs, and then he'd be like, "All right, this next guy, I don't think you've heard a damn thing he's ever written," And then Christopherson would
Nice.
come out and say, it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was. Looking back again,
Yeah.
that was really,
There were-
really iconic.
There were several times when Johnny Cash and the Carter family came to not Mystic Lake, Hinckley, Grand Casino, and I was like gigging in my band, so I couldn't like,
Oh,
and that was right in those years right leading up to when he died. And it's my biggest regret is I never got. I love Johnny Cash, like he's the guy that kind of got me into all of it.
Yeah.
And then I went backwards, and then I got into like Willie and the Highwaymen, and then another band that we used to play with covered the Highwaymen, and I was like, oh my god! Like, I remember hearing this stuff when I was young, but I didn't care because I was listening to what we
Aerosmith.
listened to.
Yeah.
But I remember growing up, my dad's dad, my grandpa Swap, he worked on the railroad, so he listened to Boxcar Willie
Yeah.
and
Yeah, all
Johnny
those guys.
Paycheck and all Johnny
Yeah.
Cash, all this stuff. I remember kind of hearing it when I was a kid, and I just kind of blew it off. But now it's like it connects me to that,
I forgot that you even
whole
liked
Johnny
that.
Cash to me is like, I mean, they talk about legend or icon. He's that next level. You know what I mean? Like timeless. I can't think of what Elvis is in that same like. There's
Well,
some
that
people that
$1 million
Pretty
Sinatra-
Sinatra.
rarefied air up there.
They're just going to
Ozzy's up there.
There's a guy, Shelby. His guy's name is Steven Shelby, something, and he bought Sun Records from Sam Phillips. But Sam Phillips had already sold Elvis to CBS. So this guy, even though he bought Sun Records label, he couldn't put out anything that was Elvis. But he got a guy that was like an Elvis sound-alike.
Yeah.
And would put these
Yeah,
songs out.
was it Orion? Was that what his name
Yes,
was?
dude,
Yes,
I
yeah, I
just
know the
learned.
story. Yeah,
On the Cocaine and Rhinestones podcast, this is what they're talking about.
yeah. They
And
actually did an Christmas album with the Jordanaires, his backing group,
Yes.
and Orion would sang like 3 songs on there that Elvis never recorded.
Right.
Those Christmas
And
songs.
this is the guy
It's
that
crazy. Yeah,
kinda
sounds just
started-
like
Does it
it.
sound good?
It sort of started the Elvis isn't dead
Yes.
rumor because these songs kept coming out after kind of like
Yeah,
Tupac.
that album came out in like 82 or 83. I mean,
Yeah.
it was 7 years after Elvis
Dude, I'm telling
died.
you, me and Lon need to do a podcast.
I was just gonna say, you guys could talk all day about this.
Yeah,
but
we should get to
That's good.
You realize how
Yours.
big of a Elvis freak Mike is.
I know. I need to get into
Do you guys know he did a Las Vegas residency?
No,
You guys? Okay.
no.
Elvis?
I went there with
heard
him. I
about
was like your support team or whatever.
You were
I
my
just-
sound guy.
I told Chris the other day about the first day we get there. We get off the airplane, we get the hotel or whatever. I played this game called Spin and Wheel.
Spinning wheel.
And it's like if you hit 3, it'll spin these like power balls.
And
then
it
one
starts
ball will
playing
come
the
through.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears song.
Spinning,
Spinning
what
wheel,
goes up.
round and
No,
round.
it's what goes
Oh yeah,
up.
what goes
And all of a
up?
sudden I got 3 7s or whatever, and a ball comes down. It was like 500. So whatever you won times 500.
Yeah, they would give you the multiplier.
So I won like $1,500.
Wait, no.
Right away.
Are you serious? Mike Lott did a residency?
No,
in
it wasn't a
Vegas?
res. It was something.
it was
for
a
the
for a
show.
convention. I played 2 years in a row. I
He
just
dressed
did a
up
show.
and it was a
Yeah,
corporate,
I did the
corporate
whole,
party.
dyed my hair, did the whole thing, especially the
What?
second year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then
they-
I
they-
assume
I have pictures
you've
of
been
it.
How do I not know
Graceland
this?
and Memphis.
Yeah.
too?
He had this.
Nice.
He
Did
even
you
had the
rent that
sideburns.
suit?
No, they bought it
It's
for me.
ri-
It was
like rhinestones
It was
and
like
shit on it?
$4,500.
Was it the jumpsuit?
Jeez.
Yeah, it was.
still
the-
have it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you have to gain 40 pounds?
No, that I didn't have to do, actually.
No, I'm just kidding.
It was
But
just
yeah, it was
natural.
funny because so the way the Cliff Note version of the story was my wife's uncle was in charge of this convention in Vegas, and the theme was going to be Viva Las Vegas, and so he's like, you gotta come perform as Elvis, and I'm like, and I fought it for how I'm like,
Yeah, you did.
dude, I've never gotten up and I'll sing Elvis songs and stuff in the band, but like I've never gotten up and done this before. I don't look anything
Pitch
like
Fever band.
Yeah, you're right. It was before Pitch Fever even. And so he just kept coming, and he kept just throwing shit at me, like, okay,
like
well,
figures?
Yeah, we'll pay for you, and then I'm like, well, Mike's got to come with me because I got to have somebody there to run sound, and I'm like, I don't know if I can find music that is going to be good enough to do something like this because we don't have a band. And
Mike isn't tethered. He has no fan. He has no obligations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he could just take off.
So they paid for us to go. They bought the suit. It was just one of those things where I'm like, I can't pass this up.
You should have wore the suit tonight if you weren't coming from fucking Iowa or whatever.
But the funny thing is, so I found this guy who does backing tracks specifically for Elvis impersonators.
So did he?
And I'm a huge Elvis fan, guys. So even when I started listening to all the nuances that he got in there, I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing.
What's that piece
You
called?
have to agree, the music sounded really, really good.
Yeah, it was
Is
really
the piece
good
called The Universe? Boom, boom, boom.
The
boom.
intro?
2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
We didn't. No, we didn't. Oh, yeah, we did do that.
Got to.
Yeah, we did that into That's All Right, Little
That's
Mama.
the signature,
The
right?
funniest part though was Mike came out and he was so good, but he bought these fake
that was the
sideburns.
first year. Yeah.
And he put them on back upside down, so they hook like J's.
Yeah.
It was like J's on us.
Yeah,
Jelly
it
Bean
was
and Julia.
crazy.
He had your logo card.
But what was funny for me was I walk out there, right, and I'm like, I walk out there and I start singing, and I'm like, I realized at that point I have never been on stage alone. You know me. I mean, we've been in a band together. Like I interact with the band a lot because that's
you need somebody to make fun of.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like, what the hell do I do now? Like I don't. And if you know Elvis, I mean, he interacted with his band an awful lot. Like he'd always make fun of guys and do stuff. So that was kind of like where I was like, fuck, what do I do? So I started making some of the jokes.
Oh, you loosened up after a while.
Yeah,
Everybody
some of the I do. Hell of a way to make a living, man. Hell of a way to make a living.
People were just happy.
My favorite Elvis thing that he'd always say. But it was fun. It was fun to do. It was cool to get into a character. You know what I mean? Like
you don't have to be nervous for yourself.
Yeah,
you're acting like
I'm just acting like I'm Elvis.
But I loved it because I won all that money at the first time. Like I paid for my whole trip, all the money, and all of a sudden you were so bummed out because you're like, oh my god, and you tried to play, and you kept losing. I remember. And then I would wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like, where's Mike? You were down there trying to play spinning wheel. Yeah. And it wasn't until the last day before we got back on the plane before you won as well.
Well, if you remember, they put a hold on my account.
Oh, that's
that
right.
locked up all of my money.
They thought
in the hotel room because I used a debit card instead of a credit card, which back then was they held fucking $1,000 or something as a security. And so that started it because then I'm on the phone with the bank trying to get that released, and it's
I need to win. But then you ended up winning exactly what I won, and it was perfect because you were trying the whole time. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no,
Chris just went to Vegas.
Fun. Yep.
I was talking about my spinning wheel story.
I've heard. I just saw a story where Vegas is plummeting. The numbers are really bad right now.
I guess so. You wouldn't have noticed it while I was there.
Oh,
Vegas will look like a freaking zombie apocalypse someday, I bet.
It's really expensive.
Yeah, it's gotten crazy. Yeah. I know. I was there 2 years ago, and we had comp rooms at Hard Rock. Hard Rock, right? No, Planet Hollywood. That's where it was. And I've been there a handful of times. Never have I lost money like I lost that trip. I was I was getting pissed.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. This is worse than Mystic Lake Casino. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they don't want to pay out.
Oh, they haven't. I've been back a year, and I haven't won a single time. I've never walked out of there with more money than I walked in with over a year.
Is it me, or do they know when it's your first time at a casino? Because they always let you win.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you lose your ass.
I think my favorite new type of video on the internet are these guys that win, and then they automatically kick them out. As they're paying them out, they're like, you can't come back, you're banned. If you step foot on the premises.
You mean with blackjack or with anything?
With anything, because these guys they know the odds.
They're gaming the system.
Because they're counting the cards.
Yeah.
Which isn't illegal. It's not cheating. You're keeping track of what's being done.
Yeah,
So you
there's
know
different
your
rules, and they're
they're
like,
making like
I'll tell you what, though.
huge amounts of money. So they go, oh, yeah, here's your money, and you can't come
get
back.
out. Yeah.
What do you think AI is going to do to gambling
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the future?
I was talking with my oldest son's 22. He's going into his senior year at Texas Tech, and he's a civil engineer, and he's into all this automatic car stuff and all. And I asked him, I said, like, what's the one thing that you're really afraid of? And he's like,
Terminator.
AI is going to change our world in a point where we're literally going to not know if we're in reality or not.
They have already done it.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this today.
Yeah.
Like, what if people still watch the big three networks for their news, and AI now is capable of making stuff that looks like real footage of people like...
Well, there's an
can
episode
already.
of the new Law and Order where it was two software guys that started the software company. One ends up dead. They figure out his partner killed him. Right? They get to court, and the other guy comes up with a video of some other employee killing him in the parking garage. It's all deep
All
fake
fake,
shit, but it's so good that the FBI can't prove it's not real, so he gets off.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, oh my god, like
It's the Wild West right now.
Yeah.
Because I went on that VO3 thing and I tried it for a month, and I did a prompt where I'm like, can you have a guy say like, hey, I sucked at guitar till I took lessons with Mike, and then have him like jump backwards and explode or whatever, and it did it flawlessly in like 2 minutes. It's like, okay,
That's
this is gonna be
crazy.
interesting, yeah.
All right, we ready for some questions?
If you don't want to know my band, that I
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
no,
Yeah,
never mind. I gotta go.
No, you said
Debbie
Kiss,
Gibson.
You said Kiss.
No, I was just
Alive.
gonna say
Monkeys.
I'm just a huge fan of '80s female pop songs.
No,
So
really?
Cyndi Lauper, I'm Pat Benatarted,
Madonna.
Yeah.
Madonna. So Corey and I were talking about Till Tuesday.
Bangles?
Yeah.
Bangles. It's like I used to hate it back in the day, and now that I hear it again, it's so nostalgic. I like even the cheesy stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, I admit, when I was that age, Debbie Gibson's first album, Out of the
Electric-
Blue,
Oh yeah.
is actually a really good pop album.
She's still around.
She had like 7 or 8 hits off of that album that made
Yeah.
the radio. It was crazy.
I became a Laura Branigan fan after
Yeah.
Cheapskate in the
Yeah.
early days. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, she's got more songs than we know. Like,
Yeah.
When she did,
Is that
she had
Gloria?
Yeah,
Gloria.
Gloria's was her big one. But yeah.
Self Control.
Self-Control's
It
a
was that
great song.
raspy, powerful voice.
Yeah.
I remember
love
being a
that.
kid. And
It's the bulimia.
did you guys ever?
That's what
the acid reflux.
Yeah.
When I was
Now
a
I
kid,
know
my
the
parents
truth.
would have these gatherings when we went to bed, and I was so bummed because I wanted to join them. And they were blasting Gloria on a record player back then. It's like such a good
That's
memory.
such a catchy
It
riff,
is.
isn't
and,
it?
I couldn't go to bed. I kept thinking Gloria.
So you can't pick one album though. That's your go-to.
Yeah.
All that.
Well,
She's So Unusual?
I just bought that album actually. Yeah, it's one of them for sure. But I don't know. I feel so emotional when I hear like True Colors or any of her
Yeah.
ballads, and then seeing her live was pretty.
I think Cyndi Lauper is one of those that really came out of the era underrated. Like she had some really great stuff.
Yeah, if you
she's
look at her
tied
catalog-
to Girls Just Want to Have Fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like she had a lot of
She's also tied to wrestling.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
the whole thing. So.
And she's also tied to one of the cult classic movies of our childhood, the Goonies.
Goonies.
They had the
Oh,
song
of
on the
course,
Goonies
yeah.
soundtrack.
yeah. She did the Goonies song.
So
It's kind
she
of
had the
one-off.
song first, then the Goonies came out, right? Then they modified it to
Oh,
be.
did they? I didn't know that.
Because if you listen to it in the song, it goes Goonies, Goonies.
Because the
Goonies.
song is called Goonies Are Good Enough.
Yeah.
But was that the original title of it?
I think
I thought it was
she
called.
wrote it for the movie.
No, I thought
think
it was
they
called
came-
Good Enough, and then she added that later to use it.
Oh, I don't know.
That
I
would make
suppose
sense.
anything's possible.
I think it's the Mandela effect.
All right. So basically, you're not gonna give us an answer,
album.
is what you're telling me.
80s female.
Okay.
That's not an album.
That's not what the question was, but
Mike, you're such a politician.
breaking the rules already.
Yeah.
It's an
Well, I gotta
it's
say,
a non-answer.
So we will shut Mike's mic off the rest of the
you're cut
the
off.
show. All right, this is a question from fan Javier Zamora. What is everyone's favorite metal band of all time, and everyone's favorite new metal band?
God. Chris knows. Go ahead, Chris.
What my current band that I like? Volbeat. Volbeat. I love Volbeat.
Mike's gonna be like,
I
who?
thought it was Gojira or whatever.
That's
Well,
mine.
I really like Gojira.
That's
as
my
well.
answer. Don't take it.
But Volbeat
Is that the one that did She Blinded Me with Science?
Yes. How'd you know?
Oh no, that's Thomas Dolby.
Yo,
No, it's Thomas Doubly.
It was recorded in Dublin.
You know, she means Dolby.
All right, how about your all-time favorite?
Volbeat has the a lot of Metallica roots, but like then they have like rockabilly mixed in with it, which is kind of.
That's why I think Corey would like them.
Is it because they're Swedish?
How do they sing like this?
Denmark.
Al, you
Danish.
could sing like that, I bet.
No.
What's your favorite all-time favorite metal band though?
Well,
Metallica. It's going to be Metallica.
It's
For
a-
all.
Oh, for all four of you guys, it's the same. Okay.
I think I saw somebody post something that's a similar question.
Yeah,
They
I did
said,
too. Besides
what's your
Metallica.
favorite band?
Yeah,
and
that's
why
why
is it
it's
Metallica?
As a band, that
I buy that.
Metallica fused this.
All right, so let's change it a little bit then. Give me number 2.
Wasp. I loved Wasp.
Wasp was so
Blackie
great.
Lawless.
Because your brother had the cassette, right?
Yeah.
When you grew
Oh
up?
gosh, I'd listen to that thing all the time.
Pantera.
Yeah, Pantera for you.
Or
Corey?
Sabbath. Oh, God.
Megadeth.
But I was just gonna say
Megadeth,
Megadeth.
yeah.
has
Yeah,
gotta be-
Because
never
say
mind.
that is-
Megadeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Dead Testament.
In
It's
fact,
the big four.
I would go a step further and say that Rust in Peace is probably the best metal album
How dare you?
of the '90s, like front to back.
Oh, of the 90s?
You know, you got Seasons of the Abyss, Black Album,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. For some reason, that is just the pinnacle of shred.
I'd agree for the 90s.
But it's still grooved. You know, like even though it was fast, it still had like
It's still
a
Megadeth.
groove to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. So it's funny, if you take
Classic.
the big four, it's like we're all influenced mostly, but not as much Slayer, I would say, with us.
No.
But
Anthrax. Though,
Anthrax,
you
yep.
get to it.
Yeah.
And then
Second
Testament
for
would be
me-
the fifth of the big four, I would
Second,
say.
I would definitely say Pantera.
Yeah.
Just because, like, as we started doing this together, I mean, it was the one band that we never covered.
Yeah.
That we,
Which is
I,
crazy,
I
isn't it?
think we all kind of loved
It is
it.
kind of.
crazy.
That's our
Yeah.
warm-up.
We would jam on certain parts, maybe.
That's how Incomplete became a song, I think.
Right.
Because
Right.
of Pantera.
But I remember listening to those albums and really certain songs hitting me at an emotional level that, like, I think a Metallica or a Megadeth can't, for some reason, didn't do. Like, Metallica's cool, but when I heard a song like Hollow from Pantera, like, it made me
It's because we were so
cry.
angsty, and it wasn't
Yeah.
quite grunge time yet, so we
But it
didn't
was,
get that.
it's the sentiment of
Yeah.
the song and the lyrics and, like, being able to kind of relate to it.
And
you
James
know?
doesn't, like, scream like Phil did, so there's a different
Yeah.
emotion that comes through.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, you should probably agree with me. Ozzy's early stuff, like Tribute, that was a huge
The
influence
tribute
on us,
album
too.
was going to be
Yeah.
another one with Rumors.
Yeah.
Basically, tribute, Rumors, and then
Weird
the
Al.
Meatloaf album.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Meatloaf
So-
too?
Bad out of hell.
Oh my God.
Every song on there.
Yep.
Tribute's kind of a greatest hits, right? That's where he's
Yeah,
like,
it was this concert.
where he's
It was
holding-
all that
It's
thing.
even Randy Rose playing Sabbath tunes as well.
Oh.
So it's kind of a
And-
conglomeration.
just the way those songs were played because it was a different drummer than was on the album,
Right.
And it just has a certain.
Wasn't it
vibe. It's
Aldridge?
just
Tommy
awesome.
Aldridge on
Tommy
those?
Aldridge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Al, did you
Well,
give us yours?
Yeah, I said the Wasp originally.
Oh, you
yeah,
said
Wasp.
Wasp. Yeah,
But-
yeah. Sorry.
The Wasp.
Because I was going to follow that up with getting away from that.
The
What's
Sanctus.
your favorite hair band? Because
Ooh,
we
hair
can't
bands.
forget the hair bands.
Oh yeah, that's
There's
a
a
great
lot.
question.
I was a huge Poison fan growing up.
Yeah,
For sure.
Chris. Yeah.
Bon Jovi. I actually saw Bon Jovi in concert with my sister. She was the biggest Bon Jovi fan, and his show was phenomenal.
Does Motley Crue count?
Of course.
Crue.
Yeah.
I have to say
That
Crue.
was the first, I think.
Slippery When Wet was such.
So
a
I do have a
huge
quick
album.
story on that. So I bought. So back in TV, we would watch Friday night videos,
yeah.
right? And
Friday
Bon
night.
Jovi actually, the first single they released was "She Don't Know Me." It wasn't
Isn't
"Runaway."
that weird? It wasn't. Yeah.
And I love that song. And I'm like, who the hell is this Bon Jovi? Right? So I went out and bought the album. Listened to it. I love the album.
It was self-titled.
Then
right?
yeah, it was self-titled. The next album comes out, 7,800 Degrees Fahrenheit, that had the only hit on it was "In and Out of Love," which wasn't a huge hit either.
Yeah,
but
it
again,
was.
I love the
It was-
album.
it was on the
I mean,
radio, though,
Not
right?
but not.
But it
at
wasn't,
a level
but-
that
yeah,
you know
you're right,
you're
yeah.
hearing the Crew and Leopard and stuff like that. And so I'm telling everybody, I'm like, I really love this band Bon Jovi, and they're like, who the hell is Bon Jovi, right? And the minute "You Give Love a Bad Name" dropped,
Yeah.
all of a sudden everybody was the biggest Bon.
Wait.
You know, I'm sure we all have that
What
band,
about-
right? I was just like,
What
fuck
about,
off.
What about Runaway?
Yeah, but Runaway still didn't. I mean,
Was that off 78?
no, that was off self-titled.
Oh, that was huge.
Because that was,
but it wasn't
that was
as
his
big as
song
you'd
first.
think at
It
the
wasn't
time,
band.
Right.
Because we're
That's
talking
right.
1984 here, so you got
recorded
Quiet
that
Riot,
version of,
Twisted
like, just
Sister,
studio
Motley
musicians.
Crue,
Yeah,
right?
you're right. There was nothing bigger than You Give Love a Bad Name.
Yeah,
or,
that hit, and I was just like,
I don't know.
holy.
Bad Medicine live.
That was off New Jersey, I think.
Yeah, that was the next album.
Fantastic. They did this thing where they just drew it out, and they had his audience is like, I'll tell anybody, he has the largest female audience of any rock star.
I believe that.
From age 2 to 90,
Yeah.
like every woman loves Bon Jovi. And the show was fantastic, and they hold that part out, everybody singing. You get a stadium full.
Wait,
it's
you saw
such
Bon Jovi live during that time?
Yeah, at Target Center. It was freaking awesome. And when they did, and they hold it out, and the whole crowd does it, and they let the crowd go for like literally 10 minutes. Like they just drug it out. It was like about the people, this energy. And then when they finally come back out on the guitars and everything, it's so heavy. It
So,
was like, oh,
You
this
Give Love
is
a Bad Name
awesome.
came out during Living on a Prayer around the same time.
They released You Give Love a Bad Name first.
Okay.
And then Living on the Prayer was
This
second.
is how long ago
The
this
album
was.
is Slippery When
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't think of how the chorus went for "Living on a Prayer," so I had to request it on the radio so they could play it so I could remember how to sing, how to phrase the chorus. But it
Really?
was driving me insane. I remember I was trying to sleep and I'm like, "Take my hand and we'll." I just knew the words.
Yeah.
and we just couldn't look up in the internet.
Yeah,
So
you
it was
couldn't
like-
do it back.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, that was when I started the Bon Jovi whine singing.
yeah.
That's because the other
Sing
song
a
out there
Bed of
was
Roses, like-
"Never Say Goodbye."
Yeah.
and it's totally him whining throughout the.
Chris could play that on
"Never
guitar."
Say goodbye.
Didn't Chris used to?
That's all I could play.
Yeah, it was so great. Yeah,
You wanted to play that and then Cliffs of Dover for some
Yeah.
reason.
Cliffs
It's
of Dover,
Jeez,
yeah.
pick a easier song.
So,
So-
I have an interesting one. It's
Yeah.
actually two.
Okay.
So, as a young kid, I'm obviously listening to Men at Work, Michael Jackson, all that 80s stuff. But I think I'm in about 5th grade, so I'm like 11 when Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction comes out, but also Aerosmith's Permanent Vacation.
That was
So I
Their
remember
Dude.
going home and telling my
Ragdoll
mom and dad, hey, I heard this new band called Aerosmith.
Brand
And my mom went, they're not new. They're actually
You're right
from
though.
the
They were dead
70s.
for like 5 years.
That's their comeback
So-
album, right?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, when they came back, Guns N' Roses were opening for Aerosmith,
Crazy
right?
thought.
And then like a year later, Aerosmith is like opening for Guns N' Roses because they eclipsed everybody.
Yeah.
So that's when I transitioned from like the bubblegum pop and the MTV stuff when I was a kid
Into
to
heavy.
the hard rock, not quite heavy metal. So I got way into Aerosmith. I bought every single old cassette from the 70s. I worked my way up to Permanent Vacation. And then in 90 or 89, when
89
I'm
was
12, Pump comes out.
Such a
And
great
it
album.
like completely pushed me into, I wanted to play bass. I was already playing bass, but I want to be in a rock band. I also love Guns N' Roses. I'm patiently awaiting the next Guns N' Roses album, as
Unfortunately.
we all waited until whenever, right?
Chinese Democracy?
No.
No,
just kidding.
Use
I
Your
know.
Illusion. When Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 came out, I had already given up on Guns N' Roses. I'm like, fuck those guys, because this is when I met these guys, and they turned me on to the Metallica,
Yeah.
the Megadeth, the Ozzy, all the stuff that we covered in the early days. They were trying to teach me Metallica songs that I had never heard just by showing me the tabs. No, just play that. I'm like, well, I gotta hear it
Probably a
first.
terrible tab.
Like, I don't know what the song even sounds like.
You know, one of my favorite
know?
things with
You're welcome.
Permanent Vacation, I think that's underrated on that album. They do a cover of a Beatles song. Do you know which Beatles song they did on there?
Yeah. Doo doo diddle bing. Oh, that was
That was
later.
earlier.
Yeah.
Together.
Oh, it was?
You tell lies thinking I can't see.
Oh, that's a
They
perfect
do a
song
cover
for
of
that.
I'm Down on that.
Oh, yeah,
and it's
they do.
such an awesome version of that song.
Man.
There's some
Yeah.
like deeper cuts on that album that are really good.
Well, and I was talking with somebody the
That
other
are
day. Do you
really-
think Ragdoll and Dude still sound
Not the Run DMC version. to me.
There's a song.
No, the dude looks like a lady and Ragdoll. Do they still hold up, you think?
I think Ragdoll for
Because
sure.
Pump definitely does to me.
Yeah.
There's a song
Well,
on
especially
Permanent
the ballads.
Vacation that's my favorite called Hangman's Journey.
Yeah, it's a great tune.
And it's that me and my old lady sitting in the shade, talking about the first time we got laid, singing.
Talk about
so it's like a
whiskey
blonde, it's like a
whiskey
blues
voice
song.
Yeah.
But it builds to this crescendo. It's like,
Yeah, it's classic
dude,
Aerosmith.
that album goes deep with really great songs that never got enough airplay, I think.
Yeah, because they basically released just the 2 songs, I think. Oh, the ballad "Angel," I think, is off.
That's
that
a
too,
classic.
right?
That's a great song.
But for me, like I was working
masturbated
at
so
the
many
music
times to that
store
song.
when Pump came out, and Pump and Dr. Feelgood
Another song
came
called
out
Hearts
almost
Dog.
exactly the
Those
same
are good
time.
times, yeah.
And listen, but
Yep.
I go back and listen to Pump, and I'm just blown away by Steven Tyler's ear for all the vocal
Just the
stuff he
embellishments
does.
and
I mean,
the
it's just like
production
that
side.
is so cool.
Did you
dude.
see
That-
the making of Pump? Mm-mm. Get out.
Oh yeah.
I had a VHS.
Chris,
I
bring it
bought
up on the
this
screen.
VHS tape
You got to see it.
because I was so in. Like they recorded a behind the scenes
They
documentary
recorded
of the
the
making of
Oh,
the
did they
album.
really?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
most of it is Steven Tyler at a keyboard writing these songs right in front of you.
Wow.
Telling
And
the band
telling
what
the
to do.
drummer
Yeah.
Joey Kramer what the fuck to play because he was Steven Tyler was a drummer in this band called the Chain Reaction, like mid '60s. Like he's 5 years older than everybody else in that band.
And he's
Right.
playing like
So crazy.
perfect. And then Steven Tyler was like, "No, can you swing it a little bit more?" And then Joey Kramer was like, "You see this twitch in my eye? That's because of Steven Tyler."
Yeah, and he goes too. And he goes, my favorite line in that whole thing. He goes, "I'm not saying you're playing it wrong. It's just not right."
It's just not what I'm hearing, right? Yeah.
Right. So it's just
Yeah.
it's him like with fucking pencils on a table going like, "No, it should be like this." And
Corey,
tap
even though
his
we
foot.
kind of made fun of you back then for liking Aerosmith when we liked Megadeth or whatever,
Right.
to this day, I keep getting into old Aerosmith tunes that going, Corey was right. They fucking kick ass. Like
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
did Train Kept a Rolling
Oh,
on that
God.
Sabbath thing.
Yeah.
Such
I
a
was
great
listening to
version.
that tune and I forgot that song has 2 different drum beats for the same riff,
Yeah.
and it kills when they kick into the second half.
Have you ever heard the original version of that song?
Yeah,
It's a Big
yes.
Bad song.
But the first
Oh,
beat
really?
is like
I have the country version of it on my playlist at the restaurant.
Yeah.
How's
That
the
was
first-
originally a
the
Big
50s?
Bad song. I'm trying to think of who.
But
name
do
of
they do the
conductor.
beat switch on the original song?
Oh,
'Cause the way
God, I'd have to
Aerosmith
go
does
back and
it,
listen to it.
it's like dun, dun, tss, dun, dun, dun. It's like real like whatever, and all of a sudden in the middle of it just breaks down and goes. Dun, 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 dun. It's the
Yep.
same riff but with a different
It's
beat.
heavy.
It's so cool.
For me, I was late to Appetite for Destruction.
Really?
Yeah, I just didn't get it until.
Wait,
like,
you were like 18.
Because Welcome to the Jungle is a cool tune, and Sweet Child of Mine I've always thought was overrated. I get it's a huge song, and Paradise City's too damn long for me. It wasn't
even
until I
they-
heard Mr. Brownstone, but going
Yeah.
back to the Aerosmith, so
hipster.
when
he's not
Lies
alone.
came out,
I'm not a
and they had the
Guns N'
live version
I
of
was
GNR
wondering.
doing
Yeah.
Mamakin,
Yeah.
that's when I got
Right.
sold
Well,
on
that-
GNR.
that-
I'm like,
that was
oh
the thing
fuck,
for-
that's cool.
awesome.
That was
Yeah.
the thing for me. It was like, well, here's Guns N' Roses who grew up on Aerosmith, and they're getting to open for them.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
playing with their heroes. And then I get into Metallica, then you find out, well, Metallica loved Aerosmith too, because
Yeah.
they're kids of the
Who
70s.
did? Who couldn't have? Yeah.
Of course they're going to love it. So at a weird DNA level, they all loved because Aerosmith was the American Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You had Zeppelin in the UK, and then you had Aerosmith. It was...
I've thrown this question out to everybody I know that's anything musically related at all. Who would you name as the greatest American band of all time? Because when you go down the list and you go Beatles, Who, Stones, Zeppelin, they're all
all
British.
British.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've kind of settled on, but Mike and I have discussed this before. I think it has to probably be the Eagles. If you're looking at the whole picture of, for me with the Eagles, what I like about them is that they made the change. When Joe Walsh joined the band changed its sound, so it has
Right.
its country roots, but I mean, who else is in? For me, I think Aerosmith and CCR.
Springsteen, I think, is up there.
Yes,
Even though
Yeah, I guess if
yeah.
you're not going band, yeah.
Best American band you're talking
Yeah.
about? Oh.
But I mean, it's amazing. Like, you have to
Sanctus.
throw Metallica in that. You really have to.
I think if
They're
you're
the new Black Sabbath.
yeah.
I think if you're
But
throwing
American.
around from that time period, Springsteen, Aerosmith, you definitely have to put in Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers because
for sure.
DNA wise, being that kind of
well, you can even throw Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band in that conversation, right?
So are you splitting it up into like solo artists?
I'm just going bands.
Okay.
So that's where it's like E Street, like
Silver Bullet versus.
like again, we're talking the Who, Beatles, right?
But
Stones.
I think if you look at hits spanning decades, it has to be Aerosmith because they 70s, 80s, 90s. Once you get into 2000s, it kind of trails off. Yeah, that's 9. You know,
you guys, I had to put on the GNR shirt because you guys were dissing the band.
For me, the one I have a really tough time arguing against is Creedence, because I think when you really do look at their catalog, you'd be blown away by how many great songs that Fogerty wrote. And his voice is so unique. Nobody sounds like John Fogerty. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if you try, you hurt your voice usually.
Yeah.
Did we do Turn the Page at our last show at Corey's?
Yeah, Corey came up and
I sang with.
Wouldn't you agree, though, that more British bands are probably
I was like, you guys can play here, but I'm going to sing.
Even if you look at
that's when
the second wave
came up as well.
And you still got a lot of great British bands. Even the 80s pop stuff.
Even,
Duran Duran, Culture... I mean, they're all British.
Even Metallica's,
British.
pick was British wave heavy metal.
Yeah.
So, honestly.
You guys, that was one question.
Yeah, that was one question.
That's why you have to go back to the American blues and all the roots music, because that's what influenced the British. I mean, the British took it and turned it into what we know it now, but they're influenced by the U.S., so in a way...
through the
the Brits were like, why the hell are you guys listening to this stuff? Like, this is awesome. Because, I think Muddy Waters toured over there more than he ever did here in the States. Really? It's crazy.
Corey, you know that Lazarus guy that came up?
Yeah.
Do you know him? Does he play at your bar?
I'm trying to book the Ramones tribute band.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I told him next time we play there, he can come down and...
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. All right. This is an interesting one, I think, for me, too. So this is coming from Zachary Tryon. How did you guys write your songs? Give us the way that worked.
A lot of it was Al.
Throw it in a blender.
Al's angst.
Throw it in a blender.
Well, sometimes we would have I'd be in your bedroom playing something and you'd come down and go, that's cool, let's do something with that. But most of the time, Al would come up with the main.
As the band evolved, we would do these long band jams. And I remember that when we had the Minneapolis rental space. And where we would literally come to band practice. We didn't want to rehearse any of the songs that we were actually kind of playing and focused on. Because I think we were getting tired of playing the same stuff over and over.
Sure.
And we wanted to take music 1,000 different directions.
Evidence, by the way, we started changing every song we had.
So we would just go along and then it'd be like, oh, that's cool. Stop right there. And then we go back. Do that again. What are you doing? Yeah, do that. How about this? Christopher, what do you think of this? And then it would become that.
So did you guys ever have, cassette players, something where you had an idea and you, a lot of guys do?
We had boomboxes a lot. I have old, tapes. I have probably 100 tapes of Al and I just trying out riffs together.
On my cell phone, I have that voice memo app.
How many are you up to?
And I've got
the greatest thing in history, isn't it?
55 ideas on here where I'm just sitting here singing on my phone, and I won't play those for you tonight.
I was going to play one for you guys. I just did the other day. It's so embarrassing.
But that's what you think. I'm like, this is so cool. I'll even pick up the acoustic guitar or something.
Music?
Yeah, I'll get an idea.
Sing it into
3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's really cool. I'm gonna go back to bed after this, but I'm gonna play this, and then I do it, and I'm like, wow, that was so cool. And then, then I have a reference the next day. Maybe I'll fine tune it a little bit, and then I kind of
sound like
about
this.
It. Yeah.
I'm trying to write a Sabbath.
But then I sing too. But then you'll hear me singing.
Yeah, exactly.
You
got
the smelliest feet.
Did you guys ever? Because I saw an interview with Joe Walsh on how he wrote "Life's Been Good." Yeah. And it was literally he had 3 different guitar parts that he had kind of laid down going, I like this go. And then at some point he's like, oh, I think I got to change the key on this, but I think this would work. Do you guys ever put anything together like that? Like little pieces here and there?
Nothing that cool.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, Fail to Be, the fun song that we play, Fail to Be, all that is a mash pot of riffs. Mike thought of one. That's
when I would go to Al's house in his bedroom, and he'd go upstairs to eat with his family, and I was like, dee-doo-doo-doo-doo. That sounds cool. And then Al would come down and put chords behind it, and it was a symbiosis. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's just
that's awesome.
I got into the more arranging ideas, take everybody's thoughts.
That doesn't shock me.
And then let's shuffle it around.
Then he'd take all the credit. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, especially as you got into the recording. When Christopher got into the recording, his whole role in that changed quite a bit.
You know what's weird is I found out that your insecurities make up for what you eventually bring out. Like Corey, I think, because every band I've been in, everyone's insecure, like they're not contributing enough. And so they do things like, maybe they're the person who makes the t-shirts or whatever. So Chris found the recording side of things. Corey, I remember when we were playing, like you would start to add like fail to be, like you made your own bass lines for that. And when I went back and tried to re-record for that one experimental video I did, I was like shocked at this stuff you guys do. I never even realized, And then of course Al was the driving force of it all.
I think we're all shocked at the stuff. I look back at it too, like.
Do you remember writing half of it?
Here's the problem: you can love a thing that you write too after, and you can get really sick of it real fast.
Yeah.
It's that whole cycle of like, this is great, but I want something different, and I struggle with
something more.
Like,
I remember when.
Why do we make average so fast that we can't play it now? I can't.
I remember when Mike and I recorded my first album that we did together, and I remember going through and I'm just doing the vocal parts and stuff, but I went, how the hell did these guys spend all this time in the studio and then got to go sing this shit for another year on tour? Like, how do they not drive themselves crazy?
That's exactly it.
That's why.
Like, how many times has Kiss sang Rock and Roll All Night?
Here's the thing, though. We didn't tour. Right. And I kept thinking about that Mirage gig that I always put videos on. It was like our peak, I think. We weren't sick of our own songs quite yet.
No.
After that, though, we started like reworking a lot of stuff to stay interested.
Rather than writing new songs, you're just like, let's fuck with the ones we already have.
You're like Taylor Swift, whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna
the Taylor version.
Reimagine.
We had a song called "Your Last Breath" that probably had 6 or 7 versions,
revisions,
well known. Like if you were to go back and take a footage of this song, it completely changed.
And then we just ditched it.
Rework it till it sucks, and then just get rid of it.
And as small and local as we were, there were definitely times when we would write a song, we'd maybe play it live, and then you would try to record it, and it just didn't come across the same way that it did live.
Yeah.
Especially
like we had a song called Something More that was like it was a whole roller coaster ride, and live it was great, and I think we tried to record it. Then we put it on the unclear demo,
and
it just didn't like.
It's hard to capture.
To tape.
Yeah,
right. At least with the production quality we were dealing with at the time, it didn't quite come across as cool. And then
you know what that means is that means you guys were a really kick-ass live band, though. That's what that means.
That is a good point. I think we had gotten tighter at that point where we were being more creative. But here, you're right, it didn't sound great on.
Yeah, if you can't find
it's hard to reject that kind of compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I think that's what we look forward to a lot at the time, because the studio sometimes felt like a drag, because it's like early days we'd go in and have to record really fast, but then when we did our actual album, it just became this tedious process, But speaking of writing songs that you have to play live, you know Mark Mallman I played with for a while? He told me great advice. He's like, man, don't write a bunch of depressing songs, because then you're going to have to play them for like 9 months or whatever.
He's suicidal.
Yeah, suddenly he started writing these disco songs. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, I just want to have fun live.
All right, I have just a quick question for you guys. Have you guys thought about what would have happened if the album would have gotten released? You guys would have gotten signed.
We were signed.
And I mean, like, that you got...
More signed?
Radio play, right? Like
label.
Yeah, that you actually made it, and Sanctus was, who we're talking about now, along with all these other bands of that time period.
I feel like
thought about how that changed your life.
The only thing that would have saved us is if we would have all loved and believed in the album that came out. Because at first we were excited about it, and then it's my least favorite thing. Like, Corey knows. It's like I barely want to put it out there because it just brings back a lot of bad memories. It's like we were all kind of in different places at the time. But early in the early demos that people seemed to love, we were so united. We had like one vision together. And then you get older, everyone's getting jobs, life changes. It's like we kind of splintered a little bit.
It's the time thing, too. We took too long because we were like, now we can produce this thing.
Yeah, we got to make it perfect.
Do things, and
it was our Chinese democracy.
We were so used to in the years previous to that with these demos, where you go in, you're under the gun, you have to be rehearsed. The songs are, hey, we got to record 3 songs today. If we would have went with that method, we may have had something that was we live with. But my theory is, Mike has such a platform now, everybody that's watching, that people are like hungry for this stuff, and I feel like we should put it out, warts and all, just because, hey, we did it, it's something that happened. You can try and forget about it, but hey, someone might enjoy it. It doesn't sound the greatest here and there, but what if people love it? What if it's like Kiss the Elder. Mm-hmm. It's like the one we probably shouldn't have done that one.
Yeah, the true fans love the Elder, but here's what I'm worried about. Somebody found our album on eBay and bought it, and he never commented to me on it. That's how I know he just was like, you're right. Because most people would get it, dude, I actually like this one.
He said I found it, and then he didn't follow it up.
After that,
he's like, what's with the penguins on this thing?
Yeah. Do you think it was so bad that he may have taken his own life after listening to it?
I looked at the obituaries.
The album title was Let It Go. He let it go.
He let it go.
Died of audio asphyxiation.
Let it burn, let it go, throw it away.
The biggest problem really
him out.
is trying to shoehorn old songs next to new songs that were sort of radically different, and trying to have a general overview that sounded the same, when the guy who was recording it and producing it, like, no, every song has to sound different, and we're like,
he was a reggae guy.
Yeah.
But the problem is like when we started to peak was around the time the music business completely changed.
Yeah.
And
I was going to ask you that. Like that played a part in all of it too, right?
That's huge.
Because we'd have people coming out, headbangers, and all of a sudden people were becoming like grunge alternative.
Yeah,
and
wearing flannel
we're
shirts
still playing like
techno.
speed.
Techno was big. I watched the Mirage change from where we would see Pantera to Sunday Night Danceteria,
Sunday Night's
techno.
Ministry.
Yeah.
We could have like pivoted to that, but I think we would have been like Shotgun Messiah, like didn't really catch on. But
dude, we could have been like Stabbing Westward.
All right. Ray asks, if the bigger bands didn't exist back then, like Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, what bands would you have leaned towards for
it's
inspiration?
Like your question, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Probably Headies.
It's never been any reason.
Might it be Patsy Cline? I fall to
Crazy.
Are we all just yelling out random things?
Oh, absolutely.
So who do you think would have been the inspiration? And would that have changed the sound of the band?
We were really inspired by a local band called The Regime. Al was especially.
Oh, yeah.
But they were influenced by all the big bands. But we really looked up to them. They were like our big brothers. And we're like, oh, we got to kind of be like them. So maybe local. We'd go local.
But there was other bands like Testament, for example.
But they're big.
Sure.
Like,
They
what are
were
you talking
big,
about
but
as
like,
far as
I don't think they're at the level of.
Yeah, I don't think Testament would be at Metallica, Megadeth.
No.
Slayer.
They're the
but
big
they were-
five. They're on the fifth rung.
Yeah, it's just because you like them that much.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people. A lot of people.
No, I
agree
mean
it's-
Testament was big. Pantera. I mean, they all were huge.
Yeah,
bands.
there's a certain like.
I'm
sweet
wondering
spot for
if,
those
like,
things.
would you guys have changed your sound at all? Like, if you only had the hair bands, would that have changed what you guys did?
Right.
You know what's weird?
I think so.
How much we were influenced by bands that weren't big at all. Like even the band that played the talent show the year before us, they played Crazy Train.
Right.
And our eyes just lit up. We're like, we got to do this, and we did. The next year we played Ride the Lightning, and then we played Epiphany and had people throwing chairs.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
having heart attacks.
Yeah.
Honestly, my first influences would have been, what can I play that's easy enough to play? So I would have probably wanted some kind of punk band. And I always honestly kind of wanted something like that for Sanctus. And we were very
Like a
more
punk edge
regiment-
to it?
Oh
I
yeah,
have
just
to say,
like more open
Like
and
no palm muting, just dead.
yeah, just
never-
a wall of sound, lots of noises
I don't
and junk.
like the Ramones or something.
yeah, I kind of wanted
First thing I started getting into kind of post Sanctus was like Social
Rancid.
Distortion. All these, my ex was way into the Ramones. So all that kind of,
Rancid.
Rancid had that
Yeah.
big, huge album that year that we graduated.
Corey got into punk ska type stuff.
and I got, I went to the first Warped Tour. And it's like, who else was
Corey
there?
was
Like,
a scenester.
was like Blink 182, but also Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Bad Religion. Bad Religion had that huge album
Yeah.
Yeah.
in 94, 95 too. That was like their kind of
20th
mainstream.
Central Digital
Well,
Boy.
thanks
whatever.
to Green Day, who made pop punk.
Yeah.
They kind of broke the doors open for all these other bands that were already
Offspring,
there.
all that during that
Offspring,
time,
Offspring,
yeah.
remember Chessie borrowed me the Offspring CD,
Smash, yeah.
and I heard that song.
You gotta keep them
Self-Esteem, and I was like,
"That's me."
They wrote this about me.
But Gotta Get
Wonder
Away.
Why You Sleep With My Friends.
I love Gotta Get Away.
That's a great album. That time period was so good for music, though. There's so many great. I think Live came out with Throwing
That's when it
Copper.
all kind of. But then you still had the Korn, and that's you kind of have the rise of the new metal at the same
White
time.
Zombie and all that stuff. Yeah.
Rage.
So Wiley
Rage.
Brock Fenton asked, are you guys planning on re-recording everything and putting out an album on all platforms?
Yes.
They keep wanting us to put it on platforms, but the second you do, I don't know. It kind of loses its
Lust.
something about like I don't know.
Sell a CD.
You're not gonna.
It's got to stream.
I know. There's just got to
Let it
be a
flow.
better way to do it. I'm working on it.
I would really like to take those old songs and just re-record them. We have the ability to do it. We still can play at a pretty decent level.
That was the thing we were
you know.
talking about. But back when we recorded our album, if Chris would have been where he is now with his recording, I think we would have had a blast doing that. That
Yeah.
might have been our resurgence.
Do you think you'd be able to capture the rawness of those recordings, though, if you do
Oh,
it now?
absolutely. I think so.
I don't think so at all.
You don't think we would?
We don't have the same chemistry inside of ourselves now.
What?
You really think we can have the angst
do.
we used to have?
Well, I think it'd be a different thing.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
that we also have a little bit of a better idea of what we want now. So I think there's no doubt
it would
be
balance
different.
for sure, but
But
we
yeah, but I
definitely
think
don't
we
have the
would-
raging boners like we used
Well,
to.
no, but it would be a little different product. You're right.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we redid Incomplete. What?
Yeah,
but I can
9
tell you,
years
it would be
ago, and-
kicking still. Though,
but it's more
you know what
like
I mean?
laid back. Like we have
the
more.
quality.
It's just
But would we do every song?
Maybe not.
how about we?
Like, do we do Habit?
Would I play all the songs twice the speed?
That's what I mean. Like if you watch old Mirage Geeks, Chris is on
I'm like,
fire.
do we edit
It's a
it?
different.
Do we make the album a little bit more coherent by taking some songs out?
This is quickly turning into Pat Boone in a mental mood.
Or option B,
a mental mode.
do we do something brand new? And that was something Mike actually brought to the
See
group.
though, I don't think.
And we kind of let him
we'd
down
almost have
on
to
that. We
change
didn't
the
really
name.
do it.
You know,
Why?
because
Because there's other bands called Sanctus.
We always had the
Like
band
four of
always
them?
pulled towards the end because Chris hates jamming. Al loves jamming. I'm kind of ambivalent to it, and then Corey wants to do ska music. It's like we
I
all.
like
I
ska
wanted to do techno. I brought a keyboard into the band. We were just splintering. It's like the end of the Ozzy Sabbath era. It's like I don't know. People were using fuck.
Mike got into Tori Amos.
That's
Mike
the
got
problem.
into Trent Reznor. And it was like, I'm going to do a piano-based industrial metal album.
And then Al wanted to do trippy stuff with a wah pedal or something.
Oh yeah,
So you
Alice
literally
in
are
Chains.
Eddie Van Halen.
No,
Because that's what ended.
Oh, because Eddie wanted to get
Yeah,
into all that
because
stuff.
Roth was like, we're not doing keyboards. We're
You
You got to
metal-
admit, though,
you know,
some of that Sammy
hard rock
Hagar
band.
stuff is very cool. Like the
Oh, God, yeah.
inspirational Hagar, Van Hagar was pretty cool.
I actually think, like, I would have been a Van Halen fan if Hagar would have been in the band from the beginning. Just for me, it's the Roth stuff. The thing I love about early Van Halen is there's just so much fun
Yeah,
to their
it
music.
comes
It's
through
like,
the-
it just comes through. And again, you know, their first album comes out in 1978, kind of like we talked about Black Sabbath. You take their first album and you play everything else that's being played at that time, and it just blows your mind. Like, how the hell did these guys... Same with Van Halen. I mean, that album is 78. Listen to everything on
really?
78. Kansas, Carry On Wayward Son, Journey, Infinity. You know, like,
Okay, hold on.
they are
Corporate,
totally
became
different.
corporate-ish.
You got to educate me.
Yeah.
First album, 78.
Yep.
Last album, 1984. That's
With
only
Roth?
6 years.
A lot of
So,
the great bands
did they
have
put
that
an
kind of
album
thing.
out a year?
Every year. Yep.
That's like
Wow.
Sabbath came out in '68. So did Zeppelin.
Believe it or not, Kiss came out with at least one album every single year from 1973 to 1987.
Whether the
Smashing.
rest of the band liked it or
they
not.
took 88 off.
Paul was going to push them through.
But yeah, is that crazy? I mean,
89 was
every
Hot in the Shade.
Was
Hot
that
in the
driven?
Shade, yeah.
Was that driven by the record companies? Probably.
Oh, absolutely, it was. Yeah.
Plus,
yeah.
Paul
Like you bring
Paul
us
McCartney.
Yeah.
music,
And I think
material.
Plus
again,
Paul
Paul
Stanley
and Gene
wanted
are
to
such
do it.
great businessmen that they knew you got to keep being relevant. And
I
that
think
means
of the
throwing
stress
shit out
level
there.
of that. You think of 1 year, and maybe 8 songs, maybe for average or
Mm-hmm.
something, and the time that it takes to write those 8 songs, the time it takes to tour.
Yeah.
Say you do a 3-month tour or whatever, 5-month tour, and then you think of recording for.
Yeah.
at least a month.
But when that's your whole life, your whole business, it's like if we were forced to do in 1 year an album, we could do it. We just have to have a deadline.
Yeah, and I think those guys got into just such a rhythm, right? I mean, they knew what they wanted to write.
Paul was
Paul was just like...
So after Revenge, they put the makeup back on when? 96?
98.
To do
96 is they did the Unplugged.
Psycho Circus?
They did the Unplugged thing in 95 or 96.
Song
but I think Psycho Circus was 98.
The only thing I can think of a song that charted or was on the radio of a new song of Kiss after Revenge is Psycho Circus. I can't think of another song.
Yeah. Well, they didn't do a
and
whole
that was
lot
with
after
them
that.
back in the makeup.
Because I think they only did, 2 albums, Sonic Boom and Monster, I think are the only 2 albums they did with
Ace
Tommy Thayer.
and Peter play
What
on...
about,
Ace did
98?
a little bit on Psycho,
he
but
did
no.
Into the Void, right?
Yeah, he did Into the Void.
It's a great song. Actually.
Yeah.
Which is
My favorite thing about when Kiss put the makeup back on, brought the original guys back, went out, is that Ace literally had to sit down with Tommy Thayer, and Tommy had to teach him his own solos back again.
How do I play?
'Cause Ace couldn't remember any of them. Is that crazy?
How does 2000 Man go?
Yeah.
That'd be so weird.
Isn't that nuts?
But you guys get it. Like whenever we have to relearn one of our old tunes, it's like somebody else wrote it. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I played that. It's
But the
so
big
weird.
thing with that tour was that why it broke up after 2 years was because they went back to the same shit. They went to do the contract, and Peter and Ace wanted equal shares to Gene and Paul. And Paul has been very open about it and just said, we're the ones that kept this goddamn band going for the last 20 years. You don't deserve equal share of anything.
Yeah.
You know?
I bet you Gene was the driving force of that, because I bet you if Paul had his own way, he would have split it. Just the
Probably,
way,
just because they have so much money anyways.
Yeah, he's like, hey, we can afford it here. But Gene's like, fuck that. That's just.
I don't know, man. I heard him on that Billy Corgan podcast, and he was like...
Yeah. That's a really interesting Paul Stanley. Have you watched that Billy Corgan interview?
I saw both of them.
Did you not think
Ace and Peter,
that was
man,
Paul at a
they're
different place than what he's been in the past?
Yeah, because he's had some time to chill, I think.
Yeah.
But
He even said that, really.
Yeah, it was really a cool interview.
I read his whole autobiography or whatever, and I'm like, wow, he always kind of paints himself as like this poor kind of everybody who writes a book says they're the victim.
Yeah.
And that everybody else sucks. Even Peter Criss, he's like, they were jealous because we had bigger dicks than them.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know who to believe anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like Paul is a more sensitive soul, and Gene is like it's a perfect pairing.
Yeah, it really was. I agree with
like
you.
Sharon and Ozzy.
Gene is all money, and it's all about business, and that's what it is.
And
I don't know if
out.
it started that way or if that just turned into that, but
Yeah, and then like Ace and Peter were just kind of like along for the ride, and they did their part, and they deserve what they get. But
and Peter never wanted to be in a rock and roll band.
yeah, he was more of like his solo album. You can tell what he really wanted.
Yeah, I
to
love
be.
his solo.
Well, this
It's one of my
same thing
favorites.
happened with Sabbath because Bill Ward wanted to come back, but Sharon was like, "No, we're going to pay you like a hired gun." And he was like, "Well, I'm a founding member of Sabbath. Like, you better cut me in." And when they wouldn't do it,
That
he
is a
didn't
little
come
weird
back.
because Sabbath was such a unit. You know?
That's when they got the Mike Borden from Faith No More, and it was like Ozzy,
that's
Tony.
crazy.
Chris and I
Geezer.
saw the Ozfest where Sabbath played,
Yeah.
and it was cool to see Mike Borden. But
Just
do
to
what-
circle back though
please.
to us, I think that we have a list of songs that we have yet to record the best representation of those songs.
they have potential.
They have potential, and I think that some of them still would be relevant today, and people would like it. You know, so
Surprise, guys! Tonight we're gonna try to learn Situation Zero.
Yeah,
play it in 1
yeah.
hour.
Boom,
But I
bam,
think
bam.
plus too that it would be kind of a fun
I could
challenge.
do it.
And I don't think we need to like say we need to do an album. Not in this day and age. We just need to.
You're right. It's a
Do a
singles
song
world,
every
yeah.
now and then, and just keep putting them out there. And
We can
Also,
make it a
old songs,
reality
maybe?
show.
I think, yeah.
My
I
God,
do
you
think
gotta be the
writing a
host.
new song would be kind of fun,
Yeah.
That's a challenge.
whether it's
but-
collaborative or.
So
Yeah,
I'll tie
exactly.
this into a question that they're asking. Where do you guys get your song ideas from?
God,
Megadeth.
Yeah.
Satan.
See,
Everything in
Depends.
between.
We played something the other night. And we're like, man, this is a lot of Megadeth in this song.
Testament and Megadeth. I think we.
But yeah, I mean, I think from
We owe
comments
them
on
royalties.
previous videos, people are really picking out the DNA of the early Sanctus songs. Like, oh yeah, I really hear the Testament. I really hear the Megadeth.
You ever go see a band live, and you could do that now because you've seen so much music?
Yeah.
Like we went and saw The Warning, and this opening band, I'm like, oh, that's like Tool. That's like Muse. It's like what you used to do the songs when I'd bring them to you. Oh, Elvis did that in 60, whatever. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, old man.
when I heard
Now I'm
the
old
first
man.
time I heard
Yeah.
Five Finger Death Punch, I'm like,
Oh, they're
this
like
guy's trying to
everybody.
be Phil Anselmo from Pantera.
Well, and they
Yeah.
even played Pantera songs.
Even certain
Well,
riffs. You're
and
like,
it's so hard now because there's so much out there.
That's exactly.
I mean, I think going back to the 50s stuff, like how much fun must that have been for those guys? There was
'Cause everything was
nothing
new.
relative
Right.
to it, right?
Right.
Everything was
Right.
new. It was like,
Yeah.
it's like if you just did the blues but heavier, you were brand new.
So you're saturated with all this stuff, right?
What I
hard
like
to-
to do now
yeah.
is torture my 16-year-old daughter, who's now into music from 20 years ago.
yeah.
And I'm like, I listened to the album. They're just ripping off Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
They're just
It's
ripping
fun
off
for us
their
to do that.
they're
Yeah.
ripping off their influence from 5 years before they did this album.
My biggest pet peeve
No,
is the
that's not
sampling
true.
stuff. Like there's two things I remember specifically that came out. One was I don't remember the Janet Jackson song, but it starts off with the ding 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 ding,
Yep.
and I'm like, it's the fucking Supremes. Like what? And
nobody-
and then Regulate. The Warren G
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
come on, right? Like, how do you not know this is sampled? The song
Yeah,
is
dude.
classic.
There's a joy though to be an old guy and like ruin a kid's idea of the
Yeah.
song. Like, because one time I had a
thinking their
student come
artist
in.
is amazing.
The first one to do it.
I like the
somebody.
mashup.
Somebody came in with Disturbed. They're like, check out this song, and it was Land of Confusion. And I go, I got some bad news for you. And I played the original, and they're like, that sucks, dick.
They're like, Phil Collins?
Yeah,
What?
the ball
I thought it was a
guns?
metal song.
Okay, I know
Genesis
we've said it before, but
badass.
it needs to be said in this instance. At one point, Al came to us in his basement and said, I think we should do Bob Seger's Turn the Page. And this is probably 5 years before Metallica covered it
say,
for
yeah.
that Garage Days album.
Yeah.
I went, Al, you hit on it before Metallica even did.
Did we just
That's
shoot
it.
him,
It's like,
shoot it down?
we're already on the same wavelength as the band that we look up to. Like, even in picking fucking cover songs, Al was like, "Oh, dude, this would be cool. We could make it heavy." And we looked at him and went,
Yeah.
"You're stupid. What are you
Quit
talking
listening to
about, Al? We
Dean.
can't play
That's
Bob
a Dean
Seger.
song.
We're gonna turn Bob Seger metal? No, no way."
Al, you had your moments, man.
Sometimes.
Other moments. I'm just kidding.
If the band could collectively replace one member, who would it be?
Me. No, I'm
That's the
just
thing about our band is we have a joke because we have all these people waiting in the wings if one of us dies. Like back in the day, was it Bill Bondison for Chris or Mark Lacoste? Like we all have
Bill.
somebody who wanted to.
Well, Bill Bonnison was our roadie,
That's
who
right.
was a drummer, who was
Corey, we had
Not
this
that
guy named Justin Babcock.
when they first started the band. Before. So
He's an
I-
early candidate.
Blood and I knew each other, and then I get connected with these guys because of Madsen. But before that was all solidified, they're like, "Hey, Justin, you know how to play bass?"
He likes Sepultura and shit. He's
Yeah.
cool.
So they almost had this other bass player. Then we got involved, and it solidified. And the joke was, "What do you say? You guys almost tricked me into being in your band."
Yeah, he said that. Justin was like, "You almost tricked me," and then when we got really kind of popular, it was like, okay. I guess
So that's mine. Is,
You're the fifth
hey,
beat.
Corey, we're gonna call Justin Babcock.
he ended up
back."
dating my ex-girlfriend.
One of the things that was hardest, I think, for me was when we would play out and we would have a good show and we would play with a more higher up local band that had a larger following. I remember specifically one instance after we played First Avenue, I think it was the second time we played, and the singer of this band comes up to me and he's like, "Wow, man, that lead guitar player in your band, he should be in his own band. Like, the rest of you aren't really crap, but that Mike is, yeah." And he said that, and it's like,
I paid him to say that.
thanks, you dink. I'm
think I've ever heard
glad
that
the rest
before.
of us all sucked, but going through some of that stuff, you kind of worry about that. I worry about anything. So like, we already liked all of our different music, right?
Yeah.
I mean, trying to keep us together was like,
But that's
drama piece in a way sometimes.
Mike's
but-
been known to toss those candy bars.
I think that's I actually think that's really cool of you to admit that, Al, because I mean when we look at all these different bands that broke up, like, do you realize what the hell you idiots are doing? I mean, look at the Beatles. Like, you guys are all gonna walk away from this.
But when,
like,
when they're in it, they don't realize it.
yeah,
probably.
that's the crazy.
Yeah.
It's human nature. You know what I mean?
That's the thing
And-
about our band is we don't feel like we've never like subbed anybody. We've never like thought about seriously replacing, because I don't think we can go on if like somebody was out.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
It kind of ruins the vibe, I would think. I would
Yeah.
guess, you know. Of,
Like if Ryan Malick was sitting right here, what would you guys be saying? He's the guy who we used to joke.
But if you would have told
be
me
like, I like your car.
30
Cool
years
car.
ago,
Yeah, your wife's cool.
or even at the point, let's say in '96 when we finally kind of dissolved with a whimper, you know,
That was
there's
a
no
bad year.
final show. If you would have told me back then, like, you know, you guys are going to be almost 50 years old, you're probably still going to be jamming every once in a while, I wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when it was done, it was just like, okay, well,
I think I still have your Christmas CDs too that you guys
Like,
did.
well,
I
I
mean,
put
that
it
was
all
like
online.
all.
Those got us
Yeah,
through
last-
some bad times. We were
It
so
really
depressed.
did, yeah.
It's like,
That was-
we could like
Yeah, last
let's
year I
record Jingle
actually
Bells.
bought the copyrights to the songs I needed to buy, and we actually released it digitally.
So he doesn't have to pay
Which was
Mariah
very
Carey.
interesting because of all the songs, one song I couldn't get the copyright to, and it was "Here Comes Santa Claus," which was written by Gene Autry. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, of all these songs, like, because, you know, we did a cover of an Alabama Christmas song.
We did.
Like, I thought maybe that one
We
was
did
going to
Run
get
Run Rudolph. We did
Yeah,
all
we did
the-
Run
yeah.
Chuck Berry. Yeah. And so they reran it a second time, and it came back approved. But yeah, I don't know
Glad you
why
did all that
why it didn't get approved the first time. Yeah, yeah, it was kind of a crazy experience.
Yeah.
Well, and the only reason we did is because when I looked at all the songs we had recorded, you know, most of those are in public domain now. I mean,
Yeah.
all the classic
Yeah, we
traditional
weren't
country
choosing any,
or
like-
Christmas songs are all
Yeah.
public domain. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm
That's
only
why
having to maybe buy 10.
How much did it cost you? I should reimburse
Oh,
you.
yeah, you should.
Or wait, are you raking in a bunch of bucks I don't know about?
I made $17.
You pulled in. You
The
pulled
last
up in
time
a
I got
Rolls
it.
Royce. What the fuck?
well, here's the thing. Before we actually made
How
it
much?
back to the
17.
stage, it was a 20-year
Gap.
gap because we broke up in '96. The first real reunion show was in 2016,
That's
which is
true.
9 years ago. But there was a time in like 2008 when we got together
In my old
and we just
studio.
recorded with a static camera in the old Pitch Fever in Maple Grove, just for us. We didn't show it to anybody.
Yeah.
So
We played
but-
4
So,
songs.
but wait a
That
second.
was
So
the
that
best.
happened in 08? So you guys had not done anything from
Nothing.
96
Not
to
live.
08?
Yeah.
Corey was in like 3
Wow.
bands. Actually, Chris and Corey were in a band together.
Yeah.
4 of us.
I have to be honest. To me, what's cool about this, you guys stayed friends all these years. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
enough to still be close enough to even do something like that.
I was
Right.
gonna say I could maybe speak for Chris, but Chris, you used to kind of like
He's right here. Let him speak for himself.
Oh no! What are you saying?
because I'm sure you'll agree. You were always kind of the last one. Whenever we want to do something, you're always like, "Oh, okay, I'll do it." It's like we kind of have to, you know what I mean? But I think the older we all get, the more we realize how special it is to have 4 friends. It's like Stand By Me or something.
Yeah.
It's like that can still get together and play and get along, and it's like a rare thing.
And it's yours. Like, what you guys play is yours.
And having
know?
my channel and having so many people like, whoa, this is cool, like really opened my eyes to what we had, you know.
So one of the questions is, if you could have picked anybody to open for, who would it have been?
Our goal was Overkill. That was the big
Wow.
thing, but we didn't get that.
No.
We almost opened for Megadeth.
We did.
Yeah.
Where?
Remember? Because
Oh, you're right. At
we
the
played a battle of the bands. Cromlech won, so Cromlech got to
Oh.
open. It was
Corn.
Flotsam and Jetsam, Fear Factory, Korn,
Korn,
and
Megadeth.
Megadeth. We almost got to open it, but they won, and as a consolation prize, very famously, Mike and I got to be local road crew, which means they give us a T-shirt.
Come on.
Listen,
We roadied for
we
them.
worked for
Really?
24 hours straight. They fed us. They gave us $60 cash, a Megadeth Euthanasia tour T-shirt,
I peed next to Marty Friedman.
and I've waited forever. I mean, I've told this story to
Is that
anybody
their
who's
Jewish lawyer?
who will ever listen. Mike and I are backstage. We're changing the drums out. Like every time, it's like, hey, you
He
guys,
sued me.
grab the fucking bass drum fast.
There were no regulations because they had cranes, right, picking up the big PA speakers.
Were you roadies for every band or
Yeah,
just
it was
Megadeth?
a full show.
Local
Okay.
crew.
And this guy goes, "Hey, you! Asian dude. Go up there and just hold on to the PA speaker while the crane lifts you all up and moves you to the stage and make sure it doesn't fall. So I was basically like a glorified fucking rope holding this thing. Human rope.
Wow.
But when the show hit,
Allegedly.
Mike and I are, what you call that, stage right?
Yeah.
So we're
No, wait. Before Korn comes out?
Yeah.
That was stage left because you were
So we're on the right. When you're on stage to the right, whatever. Stage left.
Jonathan David.
So we're just out of view, and they're new like as of 1 year. And this is the first time we're seeing them. And I think Mike had the album and borrowed it to me, and I listened to it. And all they used to do is they used to come out and play the album, which was 35 minutes, 40, like just the songs. Had one album. No talking in between. They just did the album. And dude had his little tracksuit on. And he's like,
This is
warming
Korn?
up. It's Korn.
Yeah.
Jonathan Davis is standing right here, and I'm standing,
The singer.
and he's, stretching out. He's doing that, jumping jacks, the whole thing. And I hit him with the ultimate dad joke. And I go, so are you ready?
Oh boy.
Because, and I didn't know this because I'd never seen them. They play the album, and that's his first lyric that he sings. When they come out, is "Are you?" And like I hit him with this dad joke, and I just like it fucking completely deflated the guy. He was just like
He had the worst show of his life.
he just kind of went. He rolled his eyes and was like, "Really?" And I never saw him. I just thought it was being funny.
Yeah.
It
you
was
know?
funny.
It was.
And they
It was
went
in
out.
that moment. I was 18 years old and I was like, "Dad joke?" And he looked at me. He was just, "Yeah, I guess I'm ready
yeah,
now." And they
yeah.
go up. I turned to Mike and I'm like, "Huh? How do you think?"
I was somehow on
And Mike
stage
is just
though.
like, "Oh my god."
That's like looking at Gene and going, "You want the best? You got the best, Gene."
Yeah. And Mike is just looking like I turned to Mike and went, "No one's ever gonna believe this." Like,
That's why managers, road managers.
Hello, Gloria. I think I got your number.
Talk to
Yeah.
the talent. Do not
Breaking
talk
news:
to-
Corey's swap
don't-
is the
don't
reason
look-
Korn broke up.
don't look him in the eye.
It would have lasted way longer without that.
Yeah.
And then we got, the day goes, as the day's going, Mike's like, "Yeah, they told us not to talk to anybody, but Marty Friedman was taking a leak right next to me in the bathroom."
He's shorter. I look over and I just see the top of his
He's like
crazy
5
hair.
foot nothing.
Yeah, and
Did
he's
he
like,
piss
"What are
on
you
your shoe?"
fucking looking at, dude?" Because I'm looking down at him like, "Hey, what's up?"
Because it's Mega Dave, so they're like,
Did he piss on my
they tell us beforehand, right? We have a meeting, like a team meeting. Hey, your local crew. Don't ask him for an autograph.
Yeah, don't be weird.
Don't look
sure.
Dave Mustaine in the eye. Avert your. It's like Prince.
Yeah.
If you see him in the hallway, fucking avert your
look the
gaze.
other way.
Because
I do have to
So
say
at
though,
the end of their set, did you see him backstage going, "Why are we doing this, guys? This
no,
is pointless."
no, I do remember being on the side
where
of the
were we
stage.
for the Megadeth set?
We were walking around because I remember like.
Did they like kick us off? Okay, now
Here's
you
when I got
can't be
kicked
up
out.
here
I got
for-
kicked out because I was on the stage next to the drummer during one of their songs. By the way, when "Are You Ready" kicks in, I saw the whole crowd bouncing.
Yeah.
But Jonathan Davis, there was a suitcase in front of me. I'm like, "What's the suitcase?"
Wasn't that the guy that hosted Hollywood Squares?
No, that's Jonathan Davidson.
Okay.
John Davidson.
Oh, okay.
John Davidson. Yeah.
And John Davis came up and opened a suitcase, and it was his bagpipes, and he pulls them
Yeah.
out. And all of a sudden, this guy that worked in their team or whatever goes, "Hey, you, get the fuck off the stage." I was right next to the drummer the whole time. I'm like, "Okay, see ya." And I
Well,
just
you
jumped
thought
off.
you were out of view, but you weren't.
Yeah, they saw me. I wish somebody would have had a camera back then, because you just would have saw this like guy with big eyes, like this Asian guy standing next to the drum set, looking completely lost.
Like
Hey, get the fuck off the
hindsight
stage.
being 2020. I wish I would have like.
You should have done the "I like rock and roll."
I like it.
I wish I would have run out in the middle of that stage in Korn set and just stage dove like out of
Corey.
that crowd.
Corey, you should have ran up and did that. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Naked too.
Naked streak.
Oh my
That you would have
We're all
been a
going
legend
streak.
for the rest of your life.
Who's coming with me?
All right, Mike, let's get another question. Then we can try the stupid trivia game in the
Sure.
rock.
Were there any real world events that inspired you to write certain songs?
Getting bullied,
Twin Towers.
not getting laid.
Well, that was before that.
Yeah.
So,
We
the
didn't have
death
any
of hair bands.
It was angst built up from a lot of things: getting bullied at school, not getting laid, hating trying to fit in.
Well, we did have the Gulf War kind of going on when we were starting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That was I totally
mental
remember
combat.
that.
Yeah, me
being
too.
like rehearsing and like having that all happen, but I don't know how it affected the song.
That must have been when Vulgar Display of Horror came up, because I remember hearing Mouth for War and hearing the news happening at the same time with the Gulf War.
Do you remember that Ice Cube and Slayer song that he did? War, we don't need your war. Disorder, disorder, chaos.
remember that.
Oh,
Was it that Body Count?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, Body
It was
Count,
about
yeah.
the L.A. riots
Yeah.
and whatnot going on.
Yeah, that
so
was the Rodney King stuff.
Was that during Cop Killer? No, it was after, probably.
it was this big kind of,
Do you remember Body Count? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like angry movement that we were probably kind of part
If
of.
people ever think like the past was like peaceful and now everything's crazy, things
Yeah.
have always been crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's just try this, because this might
Yeah.
be the stupidest thing ever.
Are those toys?
But I was
I don't even
thinking
know what
of
I'm doing here.
having Mike Lott
so it's just
be one of the
questions,
contestants, but you'd win every question.
Yeah, no, I'll play host.
Would it be more fun if he played or if I played?
if you played?
Because Mike, you'll clean the floor with us.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If,
You
I,
went to
I don't know if
this.
I could say
Pass it down.
that.
It's not a dildo.
Is this a pure romance party?
No,
gift?
no.
Here you go,
This
Christopher.
is turning interesting.
Oh,
shit.
Don't waste the battery. No, I'm just
Don't
kidding.
put that down by your crotch.
Mike, did you read the last question that was on the thing?
No, did I?
Okay, let's just end with the last question. I have.
Okay.
This is very
Did I miss
appropriate.
it?
Yeah.
Are we not going to hold these now?
You guys,
Hold
this is
me
going to be
now.
longer than the
Rib for his
saddest
pleasure.
tribute.
No, this is going to be like a typical Rogan podcast.
Oh, I did see that one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Dildos. What are your thoughts?
It's the perfect way to end it and
Nice.
a segue into this.
what's the theme of this?
It's just rock trivia questions,
Rock and
I'm
roll.
guessing.
Okay.
So here's how this works. If I turn this on, once he asks the question,
We got a shot clock?
As soon as the first person to hit it will come up. So look at your number. Mine's 1.
2.
3.
2 just came up.
These are too easy.
Okay, but
That's okay. That's a good way to start it.
so watch when it goes out.
Oh,
Now, Corey, hit yours, please. 4.
Yep.
so it'll tell you who has who's.
Oh, yeah.
Can we go on order? 1, 2, 3, 4, just so it's easier to
Yep.
remember.
Oh, for the
I
love
got
of heaven!
You got to wash your dildo before you change it with me. I don't know where this is going.
Disinfect,
Where's yours
They give you
been?
three.
disinfect,
You don't want to know. Give that to
please.
Corey.
Hand sanitizer.
You guys, I was desperate for ideas, so I just bought these.
Okay.
I thought with other bands it could be fun.
I'm just going to give you a hint of what we're
Bob
talking.
Seger.
What we're talking about to show you guys how easy some of these are.
Well,
Okay.
no, just
Since 1974, what Australian band's lead
Men at Work.
guitarist has dressed up as a schoolboy when performing on stage?
CDAC.
Who's for? Chris?
AC/DC.
Oh. Don't give it to him. I was.
Of course it's AC/DC. Who else would it be?
Crocus.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
What album by The Clash, released in the United States in 1980, did Rolling Stone list number 1? That's Mike.
London Calling.
Correct.
Woo! What do I get? Oh wait, I'm
You get me saying correct.
Thank you.
Okay.
Keep track, everyone watching. 1-0.
Okay.
In 1984, who sued Ray Parker Jr.?
Huey Lewis on the news.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do-ka-dee-doo-dee-doo.
You beat
Corey's
my buzzer.
fucking ordering barbecue.
No, I'm not. No.
Can we wait for Corey?
Yeah, hold on a second. Pause the recording.
No, he's googling an AI search feature
Yeah.
so he can answer the questions
No,
faster
it's my-
than us.
Nighttime kitchen.
He's just
manager
gonna hit the
speaks.
button really quick and wait for the agent.
All right. What singer-songwriter is supposed to have introduced the Beatles to marijuana after meeting them at the... Corey.
Who was Bob Dylan?
Correct, sir. What album released in 1991 did both Rolling Stone and Spin Magazine place first in their list of top albums of the 90s?
What is Nirvana's number?
Oh,
Oh no!
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, shut the fuck up. Now,
Alexa, stop.
What is Nirvana's
don't talk to your wife like
Nevermind?
that.
Correct.
Never mind. Oh, duh.
In 1994, what slacker anthem hit the airwaves with the opening line, In the time of chimpanzees.
Oh no!
Beck, loser.
Correct.
Wow. Good job.
In the time of chimpanzees, I was a monkey.
I was a monkey.
Butane in my veins, I became a junkie
the
with
greatest
the plastic
lyrics of all
eyeball.
I'm a
I think I
loser,
keep-
baby.
According to a 1973 song by Elton John, what sci-fi punk band has a lead singer who wears electric boots and a mohair?
Benny and the Jets.
Correct.
Benny.
What song first hit the charts in 1958 and returned to reach number 1 on Billboard's Hot 100 when Los Lobos recorded it?
La Bamba. Oh no!
There's no La Bamba. It's just La Bamba, dude.
Corey would have said it.
Nah, he's got it. It's fine.
You're doing some like
La
He's
Bamba.
following it.
Ruffles.
you're doing some
That's-
cultural things that are
That's how
disturbing.
Richie does.
Rabamba.
La Bamba.
Oh God.
That's what my mom.
What's the
called
title of the Martin Scorsese's 1978 concert film?
What?
What is the last waltz?
God dang, Corey
it.
Swab.
You should do Jeopardy.
No kidding.
I think we're tied.
What lead singer of Jefferson Airplane titled her?
Grace Slick.
Founded in 1988, what Billy Corgan fronted band?
Smashing Pumpkins.
One came. Oh, you did it. You asked the
Oh,
question
shit.
too
They were
fast.
around 88.
Oh, did I? Oh, sorry.
Corey.
Did you say
Yeah, I know.
88?
Yeah, 88 does seem
Yeah.
crazy.
That
No, they
seems
started
early.
in '88. Yeah.
Really?
Okay, I can't even ask.
that
He's the
a
same.
It's too easy.
I think he's the same age as you.
Billy Corgan?
Yeah.
No, I look a lot better. Fuck. I'm trying to find something. What was the only permanent working band to be formed by an ex-Beatle, recording and touring?
Wings.
Correct.
Wings. I call it.
Got it.
In 1988, what 24-year-old singer-songwriter released her self-titled debut album, which included the songs Talking About a Revolution
Tracy Chapman.
and You Got a Fast Car?
I should have got that one.
Yes.
Ooh, did we play that at Corey's? Oh wait, you haven't been there yet.
No, we didn't learn it because I refused to learn that.
Someday
When
we'll play
when
at Corey's.
the when the vocal arranging is that fucked up, I won't
I know
learn the
there's
song.
like
I just
12
won't.
verses.
Yeah.
But now there's a country version.
I don't
But
know.
remember when
Yeah,
we're
get
out.
fast car.
Is that Rhett something?
Is that what it is?
Rhett Daniels.
I just do everything like Garth Brooks. Yeah, I got a fast car. What band's first 4 albums, the first released in 1969, bear only the band's name?
Oh,
Who's Led Zeppelin?
Correct. God, you didn't even let me finish it.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, and 4, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Horses of the Holy is in the middle of that too.
That's
though.
right. God, I
That's
think
what
that's
was
the best
crazy.
album.
Yeah, to me it's that and 2. I have a hard time going back and forth with them. But
Back when I was in my Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith thing, I dipped my toe into the Led Zeppelin pool, and I think Houses of the Holy is just
It's a
like...
great album.
one of the things that I figured out, I don't know if I ever told you this, but my favorite movie of all time from my youth is Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
If you go back and listen, if you remember Mike Damone giving advice to Ratner, he says, when she's in the car, put on side 2 of Led Zeppelin
Yeah,
4,
yeah.
and then they flip to it. What song's playing?
Did it?
It's Cashmere.
Cashmere.
He fucked up what album to even
Yeah,
put
that's
on. Like,
right.
I never caught that. I was like,
Oh.
holy shit, that's right. That's not Zeppelin 4.
Yeah, that's one of those.
That's
weird
physical
anomalies.
graffiti.
Hey,
Yeah.
and to bring it back to Aerosmith, he does say, "What's the matter? Kids aren't even listening to Aerosmith anymore."
Yeah.
Well, it's because Joe Perry and Brad Whitford left, and they had fucking the Crespo and Dufay.
Yeah, that
came
was
in.
the
Night in
the
the Ruts
bad
album.
years. Yeah, that's I couldn't think of the name. of
We
the
don't
album.
talk about those years.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
What singer-songwriter recorded theme music for films such as Caddyshack?
Oh damn.
Who is Kenny Loggins?
Correct. Can you name the other 2 movies that he made '1 songs for? Caddyshack.
Top Gun
Gun.
and Footloose.
Correct. Wow. Formed in 1965, what band has over 100 albums to its credit?
Stones. I don't know.
You're out.
Sorry.
With only one top 10 single released in 1987, The song is Touch of Grey.
Motherfucker.
Oh,
It's Chris.
Grateful Dead.
Yes.
Nice.
100 albums?
So it says.
Wow.
Are they counting
they're
like
all-
live bootleg?
Yeah,
They're
I'm
all
sure they
bootlegs?
have to, right?
Yeah.
Or albums they don't remember recording that they.
They just threw the number.
Yeah, they were
I
too
think
high.
we've done like 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
In 1969, what member of The Who completed writing his 90-minute opus?
Who is Pete Townsend?
Correct.
Wow.
Finally got one.
Signing with Motown at the age of 11 in 1961, what musician released albums under the Little moniker?
Little Richard.
No.
Who is Jimi Hendrix?
No.
Little Stevie Wonder.
Correct.
Dang it. I was gonna say Little Debbie, but I
We may as well keep the wrong answers going. That's kind of fun.
That's funny.
That is great.
Well, because he was a kid.
Good one,
What
Corey.
was the Saturday Night Live where they did the Jeopardy scheme?
Yeah, with
Oh, God, was the dude doing Sean
Ferrell?
Connery. I would like Letits
Remember.
now for 400.
Yeah.
Hook Echo,
That's Let It Snow.
Hook Echo had a song called The Rapist for 200. They called it. It was Therapist for 200.
What I love is Will Ferrell's reaction to it all. You know, he's just like, that's Let It Snow. I've been to Switzerland, and I often say, can I see Letits now?
If you're selling the penis mightier, I'll buy 3 of them. It's the pen is mighty.
And it's mighty.
was it Norm Macdonald doing Burt Reynolds?
No, he was
Yeah,
doing Burt
Turd
Reynolds.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, the best part, he's just like, he doesn't even read the question, and he puts it, he goes, Andre the Giant?
Oh my god. How about one more, and then I'll give this to Mike Lott for a few questions, and I'm going to
Oh,
see him
God.
clean up.
Okay.
All right.
A lot of pressure.
Who released his first 4 albums under a stage name? Added his last name on the 5th album in 1980.
Who is John Cougar Mellencamp?
Correct.
I had
Johnny
that one.
Cougar.
I know. It's like, I think of it by the time he already hits
Yeah.
the buzzer. And I'm like,
All right, I'll do one more. Because this
Hit me
is
with a
kind of
hard one.
your era. I've been trying to. Yeah, these are pretty easy. I will do. Before directing Silence of the Lambs, what concert film did Jonathan Demme?
What is U2's Rattle and Hum?
No.
Fuck.
You're out for this round.
What concert film did Jonathan Demme direct with Talking Heads in 1984?
Oh, yeah.
Psycho Killer.
No.
Oh, that's a good guess, though.
I have no
It has a name.
You don't know your
Yeah.
Talking Heads?
Oh, Stop Making Sense.
That's it.
But, because you guys
So
said
it doesn't count, even though we're not.
that was an
giving any-
ego
we're
guess. Okay, one more.
All right. In 1992, what television program provided Eric Clapton with the venue and audience to record his best-selling album?
MTV's Unplugged.
Correct.
Which is where we saw
That was
Kiss.
his best-selling.
Yeah, remember Layla? The acoustic
Wow.
version
yeah,
of
the
Layla?
Yeah.
acoustic version. What?
You're gonna do
Oh,
something.
you're gonna make me play?
Maybe a few questions.
Oh, for God's sakes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because he wrote that because his kid like fell out of the balcony in his
Yeah.
apartment and died.
What a terrible thought.
Just to end it on a dark note.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
No.
Now I gotta reset it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, ready?
Oh yeah, I want to see if Lot could beat me.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
What pop punk singer, songwriter, was born William Michael?
Billy Idol.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
You guys are toast.
We're not going to get
Well, I mean,
anything in
yeah,
this.
William,
That's
Billy.
good.
Yeah, that's good.
What? Yeah, I was right. What heavy metal band sold more than 8 million albums before its lead singer Ozzy Osbourne left?
What the fuck?
That was you?
It didn't come up on the thing though.
Oh.
What are you doing? You're already kicking me out of the
Oh,
game?
you know what? I may have like reset it. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. But you did. You
Go
did
ahead.
those.
Black Sabbath?
Yes. Prompted by a conversation with Paul McCartney, who subsequently bought the publishing rights to virtually.
Who is Michael Jackson?
Correct, sir.
Nice.
I thought, who wrote the
Paul, you told me
worst
to buy
Christmas song in the history of mankind?
Yeah, and that's why they stopped being friends, right?
Yeah.
They didn't talk to like.
Yeah, McCartney.
That was it.
Yeah, never talked to him again.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, he
Chris
was
might
that
get
pissed.
this one. At the age of 26, he released his 11th studio album, Songs in the Key of Life. The second...
Stevie Wonder.
Yes. 1 year before going solo...
Really?
Oops.
You're not even going to give me a chance. I'm sorry.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm just kidding.
I need an applause like button.
Yeah.
1 year before going solo, who made a cameo on the Dire Straits song Money for Nothing, singing I Want My MTV?
Sting.
Yep.
Nice.
Next, we're gonna play a song from Sting.
And I believe it was like uncredited too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think he's on the
Oh, that's right.
Brothers
Okay.
in Arms.
That makes sense.
No, it's
Credits,
just,
yeah.
You know his voice, right?
Yeah.
Play it out.
Okay, I
Just
think
hit me.
Al will get this one. In 95, what British band followed up their debut album, Definitely Maybe?
Who is Oasis?
Oasis.
Yes.
Finally.
Okay, let's just run out this card and we'll be done.
All right.
What band formed in 72 when the songwriting duo of Bjorn Ulvaeus...
Who is ABBA?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Yeah,
that's
Bjorn.
true.
It's either that or Bjork.
Or some Norwegian death metal band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bjorn age.
In 94, in the 94 movie Backbeat, tells the real story of Stuart Sutcliffe choosing between life as a painter or remaining a member of what band playing small gigs in Hamburg?
The Beatles.
Yeah.
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
Good.
Or is it the Quarrymen?
Have you guys ever seen
would like to
the
buy a
Eddie
hamburger.
Murphy skit on SNL about being the fifth Beatle?
Yeah.
It's like funny. They actually had a sax guy go in and
Yeah.
get
Like, my name is
shit over
Clarence,
it.
whatever. I taught these guys everything they know.
I wrote that. I love it. It said, "Love, love me do, man."
Whoever gets this last one's the winner. I know them's the rules. Formed in Chicago in 72, what band took their name from a river of Greek mythology?
What is Chicago?
Styx.
Styx
Yep.
is right.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
The river Styx.
One more, winner takes all. Come on.
Yeah,
No, you
well,
have to
that-
give me
okay.
this game.
Just was.
I want to
Okay.
buy it.
Okay.
I want to bring it home.
All right.
I want to beat everybody, my family.
Ready?
Yeah.
In 1975,
Why do you look at me?
what band established its own label, Swan Song, and released... Oh, Corey,
Who's Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin.
as my mom would call him, Red Zeppelin.
Reds.
Yes.
You guys
Red
ever?
Zeppelin.
I'm sure you guys heard the story about how they got their name, right?
It's Red Zeppelin.
Red
You guys are gonna go
Zeppelin.
down
No,
like a
yeah,
Led
it's
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
Was it the critic that said you guys
The
are going
critics, yeah, they're gonna. Ooh, you're gonna.
Def
gonna
Leppard.
Go like a
fall
Def
like a lead
Leppard?
balloon.
What if we had
Why
a
the
mix band?
Why would anybody think that?
A balloon.
Just looking at
Def
the musicians themselves.
How about we do a tribute band to Def Leppard and Led Zeppelin, and we'll call it Def Leppard.
Def Leppard.
Def Zeppelin.
Def Leppard.
There was
Going
a,
back to that question we had about your favorite hair bands, by the way, did you end up giving us yours, Chris? Just out of curiosity.
Favorite hair? Yeah, mine was for Poison.
Oh, that's right. You said
Yep.
Poison. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say, looking back now, I think Def Leppard might be my favorite
Yeah.
of that
Oh,
whole
yeah.
era.
Pyromania is
Yeah.
Pyromania
awesome.
is just such an awesome. I mean, I can listen to not Adrenalize. What the hell's the Hysteria?
Yeah.
And you definitely can feel the poppiness more in that album. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, every
Hysteria's
album
cool.
song on that album is
Yeah.
good. It's just like, but there was something more raw about Pyromania.
Pyromania,
Dude, they were-
it has like a dark feel
Yeah.
to it. And the engineering, the audio engineering, Chris, from
Yeah.
like, that's probably like his dream come
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mutt
like,
Lang, yeah.
Yeah.
all the.
Well, and
the
for me, the
guitar
one song
tones
I
and-
thought was the best song on the album wasn't the biggest hit, and it's Rock Rock Till You Drop. That
Yeah.
fucking lick when that comes in
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
dee-dee. It's like,
But-
holy shit, this song rocks.
With the production stuff, though, Al, you brought up Slippery When Wet, right?
Yeah.
It was an
Lang.
interesting thing. Nope.
Bob Rock.
So Slippery When Wet was a big part, like, for me, of like just hearing production and going,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. By the way, I couldn't go to see Bon Jovi at that show because my parents wouldn't let me go because tickets were $50 a piece.
Holy shit, for New Jersey?
Yeah, no,
break the
for
bank.
Slippery When
My
Wet.
ticket was actually free.
Yep.
What?
And, yeah, and they're like, no way are you doing
Wow.
we can't.
My sister.
Because back then tickets were like
$50,
$20,
and
right?
now,
God, yeah.
it's crazy. But what's interesting is, Dr. Feelgood was produced by Bob Rock, right?
Okay.
And
Such a
and then
beautifully-
the Black Album was
Yeah.
produced by Bob Rock, and that was Black Album came out.
Oh, I didn't
at
know
a time
that.
for us. That was a big
So
change
is
for
Saint Anger,
Metallica
though.
Yeah.
to have Bob Rock produce that. Well, what's interesting is Bob Rock was the recording engineer for Slippery When Wet.
Oh.
Sure.
So it's like
Yeah.
you hear that, like, and it evolved over time.
For
But
me,
if
that's
you hear
always
that
been one of
production-
my criticisms of the crew is that, I mean, Shout Out the Devil, I think, was well produced, but like Too Fast for Love sounds like something that we did in. It's
pretty garagey.
Yeah.
Very punky.
Yep.
But even the Theater of Pain and all that, just it sounded. But fuck, there was something about Feel Good that I was like,
Yeah.
God, this
Yep.
sounds amazing.
Yep.
Bring it back to the Canadians like
whammy
Bob Rock and that Aerosmith behind the scenes. There's a guy named Bruce Fairbairn who was like one of the producers on the Pump album. Also, I believe did
Well, Fairbairn's
Did
done a
Motley
lot of big
Crue.
stuff too, right?
So-
and Bon Jovi.
So who produced Def Leppard's Pyromania?
I'm not lying.
Yeah, that's
did all
Mutt Lange,
that,
yeah.
definitely. And Shania Twain.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, he married her.
Yeah.
And if you listen to Shania Twain's
created
album,
Shania
it's
Twain.
like the same
Really?
drum
I
sound.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to the Cars?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
go back and
Oh,
listen to the Shania Twain hit, that's total.
Mike,
yeah.
did you tell me this? Yeah, but did you tell me this? The Cars, Hello Again.
Yeah.
Hello Again.
Yeah.
It sounds
It's
like Def
total
Leppard
Def
singing
Leppard.
back
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
vocals.
Just like a family of one sings a song, sounds like she's singing.
All right, let's do it.
speech. Or tell me how your parents lie. Tell me kids or punks. Now ask why. Acceptable, responsible, compromise seems suitable. Respect for me, respect for you. Play your part well, that will do. Respect. What are you to get your generation down? Increasing every day. Who said you can get your family of one? What's you? It's me without you.
This is fate. That camera's about to die. I think we should cut it.
That was the one.
I
All
think
right.
we only need that one.
One take, Charlie.
That was good.
We're not gonna do fucking.
Nope.
Oh yeah, we don't have a camera for it, right?
It died. It's like fate. It's like
It says quitting time.
Let me make sure that the thing actually recorded.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. Before you hang it up.
That was powerful. I think we should stick with that one.
Yeah, that was way, for me, it went much better.
I think it sounded good.
Corey, I almost came up and kicked you in the ass. I'm like, are you going to stare at your amp the whole time? And then you turned around. What? You have a habit of staring at your amp. I'm not thinking about the